Starbase Flyover Flight 13 live stream. So everything's looking good. The weather's looking perfect. I think the rocket's looking pretty good. We should be right for a flight. Just waiting to see how YouTube's coming through and get an okay on the audio. So what happens? SpaceX still looks like they're ready to fly with their live stream happening. Oh, there we go. We've got audio. Cool. Live and 5x5. Awesome. Very good. So, yeah, they're going live at, well, my time, 8:10. So 10 past the hour, they're going live, which is still quite some time before launch. So we'll get to listen to them a fair bit. And I'll be putting them on the large screen like, how's that all working, Kiwi? We'll have them on the large screen on that. We're going to try and keep the GoPro down in the corner. Is the GoPro down there? Oh, yeah, there it is. So, yeah. You look on YouTube here. Oh, there it is. Yep, I see now. And you got my mouse. Yep. Okay, cool. Yep, everything's working perfectly there. Kiwi.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
Sounding good. Cool. I like it when people think I sound good.
5x5.
So it looks like the tank farm's definitely wide awake. And a good authority that it's on track. Let me just do that screen again. So here we've got lab cam, and we've got Rover 2 cam, and I've just got that on Rover 2 cam until I get the GoPro link. The GoPro link will go on that screen when I get it, and we've got SpaceX's feed here when it comes alive. So, what do we got in chat? Nearly 50 already in chat. How's Discord going? I got a handful in Discord already. I've spoken to Mauricio already. It's at the airport already. Good afternoon from Diamond Bar, California. Cool. Where's Diamond Bar? Is that a place or is that like an establishment? Brr. It's a bit cold to be drinking beer today where I'm at. It's freezing cold outside.
Yep, drizzly, dreary day here too.
I mean, I guess it
With
could be
that,
a bar, but it's an actual city, so.
okay, yep. Fun fact, I had a person, I'd say it was Darth Lawrence actually said, Hotel California, it's actually about the state of California. Once you get there, you just don't want to leave it. But that'd be because he's a Californian, so I guess he's a little bit biased. Okay. Hey, flying over the launch pad. No, unfortunately, there's a TFR all the way to space today on the launch pad. Or I guess it is. Is it? Is it event dudes all the way to space, or just really, really high?
Unlimited, yeah, you're correct.
Unlimited, yeah. They may drop it soon after launch, but in the past we haven't been able to get over the launch site in time. Lots of people getting pretty darn excited. Yeah, I'm happy to. Damn excited. I'm pretty excited about today's launch. I mean, last launch, I tell you what, for just one little thing to go wrong at the last launch, considering everything being brand new, I thought they did a pretty good effort last time.
Yep.
And they've got that one little problem sussed. So chopsticks are open. It's a nice breeze blowing to keep things away from the tank farm. We won't get the mass going.
We did see interestingly enough, the thing we've been watching is the LOX vent, if you will, tower vent. as they have been redesigning that over the last several weeks of trying to put a new pipe for the drain back. So we did see that active, which is should just be an indication that they're just cooling to that pipe and then spitting out a little bit of gas. So I'd be curious to see what their plan is, if anything, as far as the LOX cannons blasting over the wall there. What other changes? Because they didn't do any WDRs or WDRs, WD. Yeah, that's right. So this is all just going to be improvised as far as that section's concerned. Everything else should be the same like it was before, though.
So this venting over here is instead of tail venting now, yeah?
I think that's just normal vaporizer tank farm activity, to be fair.
Isn't that where the new so the new tanks, well, using these tanks behind here, aren't they, instead of the tail vent?
Well, yeah, it could be. I have not investigated which tanks have been switched over. Did we see that in the flyover? Do we know if they swapped over one on the feedback line?
Well, we saw it through the static fire. We saw those tanks actively being
Oh, that one.
used.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. That was the point. So we shouldn't really see much LOX cannon action. Actually, the tower vent's really going now. So
It just fully made a liar of us.
what was that?
Oh, it just fully made a liar of us because the tail vent's actually working now.
No, it should be. No, they have to make that go because they have to chill up to that point. So it's gotta pump pretty hard through there. The whole point of the line that they put in was be for the LOX drain and bleed basically back off of that. But that line's got to be chilled up there. The CH4 one should eventually, we can't see from this angle, but the CH1 on the other side should be going as well later on.
Oh, I thought they were recovering that chill down oxygen as
Well, I
well.
don't.
Sorry.
How would you do that though? That's not. How do you? You'd have to put some sort of loop in there to make it come back the other way.
I thought that's what that new pipe was for under the concrete.
Well, no, but I mean, you have to push it to the tower, loop it back, and then have a valve up there assembly wise to then switch it from the loop back to the ship, basically. And then have another one from the ship when you're gonna, if they were actually going to drain back, to do the same thing.
Cool. I know what I meant. That will you do a flyover? Yeah, we are gonna fly it. Yes, sorry about confusing it. Yes, RGB air photography will be in the air approximately half an hour before I'll be on the runway. Approximately half an hour before takeoff. So about T minus 30 or T minus 15. They'll be taking off. T minus 50 or under an hour. So road has closed and pad is clear. Cool.
So since we have my cool new improvised awesome thing of questions that is working, so I know you just answered that, but it's y'all been using this program for a while, and I was like, you can automate that.
Yeah. And you can put them on the screen too somehow, but that's Kiwi's bag.
You have to be, yeah. If you're in OBS, all you gotta do is feature the message, and then boop boop boop. Well, you have to do that, and then in OBS settings, put feature message on the overlay. But that's complicated if you don't have it set up. Oh, any stars there.
Hey, Indy Star. Oh, India's in chat. Okay, not in Discord.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna guess she's at work.
That would be the case. So, you show me the flight. Could you pop up the pre-flight that as well, please?
Oh yeah. That's right.
I know, being a presenter, you'd think I'd have all these things organised, wouldn't you?
Do it on the fly. It's more fun.
Yeah, no, that made sense. I put the other one in there so you can do a cross comparison. I didn't even think about the pre-flight. I didn't even look see if it was different. I think the timing is slightly different, but they always smudge a little bit on their timings for prop activation, tank farm activation, anyways. So
Where are we? T minus 50.
yeah, it should have been a poll, but you don't get to hear it. You know, it'd be nice to actually hear that poll once in a while. I know, or hear it. Maybe we'll get to hear it in one of these episodes. They'll do that poll for us. But yeah, we're just doing some polling right now, making sure the range is clear, making sure we're all good to go, and then we're going to start for rocket launch and loading.
So T minus 37, sort of around T minus 37 to 34, they start loading prop.
Yep. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that they weren't going to try to push. There's a cool lineup with the ISS. If they push to the kind of the end of their zone, they'd have to wait a couple hours, to be fair, to make it line up, and it's only going to be kind of a brief lineup. But otherwise, the ISS is basically going over right now, but they'd have to launch before their window opens.
Yeah.
And massive donation from very own Indie Star, $100, saying looking forward to an amazing launch with great commentators and a stream engineer extraordinaire.
Hey, that's you, Kiwi.
Oh, what?
I was wondering who it was, but I'll talk to her later about who that's supposed to mean, I guess.
Wow, Indy, that's really amazing. Thank you so much. Okay. So at the moment, it's all about chilling down lines and getting everything prepped for actual liquid cryogenic, freezing cold liquid cryogenics to flow through
Hey,
pipes.
we got some images. We got the live cam from the plane.
Oh, cool. I need the link. Hang on, let me do some housekeeping.
I'm streaming direct from that link to the OBS, so you shouldn't have to do that.
Oh, okay. I was going to chuck it in my OBS stream maybe, yeah.
I was gonna say, one way or another, Steph might want to be able to see what Steph is going to be commenting on.
Oh, I just had to put it. I got a message, so I just had to put something else on. Not
No. We're good. It's just it might be helpful for the commentators
Yeah.
to see what they're commentating on.
I can switch back to Steph, and when
No,
she's got it up.
we're good. We're good. It's all good.
Chuck us the link.
It's live on YouTube.
While y'all are figuring that out, Gregory J. Byron is asking about how do you plan on reducing the Starship orbital speed after deploying satellites to deorbit? And basically, a couple different concepts here. On this particular flight and all the other previous flights, they have actually been increasing the Starship speed, if you will. They haven't been flipping the ship and trying to decrease it. For reasons that I don't know if they would want to explain. I've never heard an explanation other than they just want to flip the ship and maybe cause some issues. But during the actual, if this is just a normal, like, hey, this is Starship Starlink launch number 2. Oh,
Black screen.
then during that, they'll flip the ship and then the Raptor will slow down the ship after they deploy the satellites for deorbit.
Okay. Cool.
Just getting a black screen on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort stuff out here. It'll change in a second.
Take your time. Take a deep breath. It's all good.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, good. There we go. And we've got audio from... What's giving you audio? One of the... Is I giving you audio? Is that the cam? Let me see.
I was like, do you have Rover 2 on? or
Did
is
you
that
want
me?
audio? I have to bring it up separately.
No. It was me. It's all
Okay.
good.
All good.
It was just me.
It was just you. Can you full screen the plane? I don't think Mauricio wants the other company's videos on. Yeah.
I thought we're okay with Abbott Space. Okay, cool. That's fine. Well, that's a nice looking aircraft. Turboprop twin engine. Okay, the planes are rocking. Must mean we're... Oh, there's another private jet just landing or whatever. Guess a few wealthy people will be making their way in.
Well, it's parked, isn't it?
No, there's one taxiing over there.
Oh, I see. I gotcha. They're talking about the parked one. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's parked.
Oh, yeah. Juliet Tango.
And the amount of technology we're using right now is insane, isn't it? Like we're streaming Starlink from a Cessna. We've got live streams coming in from a SpaceX, and we're Discording all over the world.
Yeah, and talking all over the world with no delay. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is amazing at bringing communities together. Remember a while ago when COVID, we're all using Zoom, but now everyone seems to be using Discord. I can't quite catch the tail number on that one. It's a little slightly smaller private jet.
Elon Musk, maybe?
No, Elon's plane is already in town. Apparently, yesterday it was already in town, according to somebody in somebody's chat.
So this will be rich snobs then, won't it? I wish I had that kind of money. Wow.
I could not do that. SpaceX is go for propellant launch. Propellant load. Cool.
Sweet.
Launching that propellant. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier with launching and loading and everything else. So yeah, makes sense.
Oh, now I don't have a T count. What do I do? I'll do it over here. I kind of haven't got enough screens. It's all good. I've got two mobile phones running, one to watch YouTube chat over there, and I've got one over here to keep Discord, which I don't have to worry about that. And oh, here we go. We're rolling. Cool. Check out that old tail dragger. Nice.
And I've got a little ticker in
nice planes.
I've got a little ticker in the bottom of the screen. I'll try and keep that updated too. Just a ship status.
Oh, cool.
And while we're rolling, Nate the Great, Mark Tuit, asking about, I saw the NASA recently showed a picture of what Artemis 3 would look like when Orion is docked to Starship. I was under the assumption of Orion docking to the side of Starship and not at the tip. This was kind of an early idea because we saw some images based off of the nose cone that there was a flange or an opening that might have been indication, but that was not ever going to be a dock. The whole entire premise that they had stated was they wanted to test the load, if you will, on the docking adapter with Orion attached to the nose, effectively, because it's in that direction. So that was always going to be the premise. And in fact, this idea went all the way back when they were talking about they wanted to use Starship to boost into TLI rather than kind of meeting in low lunar orbit.
I couldn't imagine side docking would work if that's got to do what do you call it, the lunar burn, because it'd have to be on the nose, wouldn't it, to handle the G loads?
Yeah, I would figure so, and I think that's the whole premise of why they're doing that. Plus, that was the original intent, if I understood it, to dock through there.
It'd just snap off. I mean, unless it had a really, really strong docking mechanism.
Does it go, do you think it'll have a blunt nose, or do you think it'll have an actual, like a folding tip like Dragon?
Yeah, for Artemis 3, we actually just saw a pseudo render that they came out with. It's just going to be Starship, whatever, 17, 18, whatever, or Flight 18, something to that effect. Just a normal Starship off the line, and they're just, in my opinion, just going to slap on a docking mount to it. It's not even going to have a hole or anything, because that would just be the easiest. If they wanted to go a little bit extra, they could actually take off the header tanks and then redevelop it, so it's kind of a more what they're going to be doing for HLS. But they were just talking about just taking one off the line and slapping on a docking adapter, so I think that was really what they're going for right now, unless something changes.
So it's just basically going to clamp to the ring, and then that'll be a successful test. You don't, because no one's basically transferring through.
They're gonna try lighting the engines, if my understanding, or maybe at least RCS to push in that direction.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how much they're going to be doing for obvious reasons, but
Because I believe
and
the Starship's the control in that respect, isn't it? And then when it does the Blue Origin one, the crew capsules, the
Blue Moon, yeah,
yeah,
yep,
the crew
that's
capsules
what
the
they had
commander.
stated, yeah. And thank you to Martin for a $2 donation. Coffee, and I don't know what the other thing is. I'll be honest. Casket.
Yeah,
I thought it were biscuits.
coffee in a coffin. Biscuits. All right, holding short on the runway.
Yep. Yeah, looks like there's a bit of traffic around today, a bit of air traffic going on. He's done his run-ups and everything, I would say. So 10 past, that's getting close. Another 5 minutes pretty well for SpaceX to go live.
Is there a queue, or are they just waiting for traffic?
I'm not sure. I'd have to bring
Oh,
up flight radar.
oh, he's doing it. You can see it. He's doing the propeller test. He's got the, well, maybe that's just the wind. I take it back. Looked like he was
Don't normally
on the brake, but yeah.
do that on the hold short line.
Hey, you can do it anywhere. It's all
Run up
good.
area.
As long as you can do it.
Yeah. As long as you know your engine's good to go for an hour and a bit, you're fine.
Yeah.
Make sure your throttle and your mixture and your other things don't jam. Free movement.
Getting your T's and P's, temperatures and pressures up nicely. Yeah, it makes it controls free and easy, and they do cycle the propeller to make sure that the CSUs, the constant speed unit's working. Actually, that might have been what they're doing about dudes. That wasn't the hold short line, actually. Oh, yes, it was. Here's the runway now. Yep.
The bouncing just seemed like he was on the brake and revving the engine is what it looked like, but it could have just been the wind.
Absolutely. Wow, what the traffic at Melbourne right now. Just looking at flight radar on the side over here. Which I won't bother with that now. So we're taking off. We should be airborne shortly. Okay, we're going for the time. 2 minutes to live for SpaceX and airborne. Watch that horizon come up. Look at that.
Clouds
Sorry,
looking cloudy.
Positive rate, no
yeah,
gear
not
up.
bad, something like that. Boy, there's a lot of airplanes over America all the time. All right, you guys got a lot of air traffic. They say in the world there's like 1 million people in the sky at one time. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And that might have even been 10 years ago too.
Fly Jake is 314 is asking about how long is it going to take from reset to get into position outside the TFR.
Not long at all. Are we in Delta Whiskey today, are we? We must be.
I didn't even look.
So currently,
I don't know if it was mentioned. I don't know if it's mentioned, but prop loading has begun.
Thank you.
No, that hasn't been mentioned yet. I don't have a timer up yet. But I have Delta Whiskey on my other screen over there, so we're actually on our way. How long? It's only, well, it's by aircraft, it's quite quick to get out. Oh, here we go. SpaceX is live. Cool. So I have no audio coming through from SpaceX yet. Have you got audio on your end for SpaceX?
Yep. It's just an instrumental, a startup.
Do you still have it?
Yep.
Don't think it's coming through YouTube, the audio for SpaceX.
It's pretty low. I can turn it up.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
And a big thank you to Senator Bulworth, LOL. $13.31. Why? Because 13-31, when we're heading, matters.
Well, that's a good amount then. You sure it wasn't runway 31, 13?
It's definitely runway like 1075.
No, look, that's awesome. $30. That's awesome to put into the pool for the motion potion. Every single dollar helps. Every single pound, every single Deutschmark, they all help. Thank you very much. Some nice. Yeah, it's a nice bit of graphic. That'd be a render, wouldn't it? What we're looking. Oh, that's Mars. Of course, well, I guess it's a render, unless that's from one of the orbiting satellites. Cool, here we go. So let's change these screens over for now till we get closer to the launch site. On actual liftoff, yeah, I'll put the Mauricio's feed up on full screen.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what the launch site looks like. Usually the clouds dissipate when we get closer to the ocean.
Yes, yep. Even in that broken cloud, you'll find a way through. Oh, that's 39. That was 39 loading, that one. That's 39.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the rocket making its way through. We'll capture it after it goes through the clouds.
Yeah. So that's off, yeah, flight 1239, a booster flipping off to the side. Booster coming down. Oh, that's not flight 12. That's like flight 5 or 7.
Yeah, it's just a collage of them.
Yeah.
A little hype video. Still waiting on that extra video. I don't know why they didn't release. I hope they just didn't get it, but I hope they get it this time then, if they didn't for the satellite.
Hello
There we go.
and welcome to Starbase, Texas. It's 5:13 p.m. Central Time, and we are 31 minutes and 38 seconds away from Starship Flight 13, the second flight test of our next generation Starship version 3. You see it there on your screen. I'm Kate Tice, Senior Manager, Quality Systems Engineering.
And I'm Nathan Commissary, a civil engineer here at SpaceX. Today, we are coming to you live.
Okay, that all
just
looks
outside
good.
the
Sounds
floor
good,
of
Kiwi.
Star
Awesome.
Factory, our 1 million square foot rocket factory where
That
we
echo was
build
me, sorry, it's
Starship.
all good.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't
go
know
now.
what's cooler, the
Sweet.
rocket or the place
Let's bring
where
up
we
the
build
audio
it.
now.
Now, back in May, the first flight test of Starship version 3 delivered tons of data, and we'll be putting those learnings into practice today on
So
Flight 2.
this is actually
All of this
live
brings us one
at
step
the launch
closer to
site
a
right
fully
now.
and rapidly reusable vehicle, the key to enabling frequent flights to the Moon and Mars. Starship will also enhance Starlink's constellation and connectivity on Earth, the Moon, and beyond, while helping establish a network of AI data centers in space. Success on today's suborbital mission also opens the door for near-future orbital flights and our first attempt to catch ship on Tower 2 here at Starbase.
Pretty exciting, and this is also an exciting day for the Starlink team because we are planning to deploy 20 of the newest Starlink satellites. These sats aren't intended for operational use and will only be in space for about
Engine
20
chill
minutes
starts
before
in 9
demising.
minutes.
But during that 20 minutes, we're going to speed run a bunch of tests, things like deploying solar arrays, firing thrusters. We'll get into those details a little later in the show.
By
Yeah.
now we should be
Now, what
loading
Starlink
airlocks. Looks like
engineers
Lux
learned
is loading
today
on the
will be
booster.
essential to deploying
there you
operational
can see some
V3
thrust.
satellites into the Starlink
The,
constellation on future
Hippo
Starship flights.
vents are
These
chipping
larger,
away.
more powerful next-generation satellites are designed to boost orbital capacity,
chill down vents have
strengthen the
stopped.
overall network, and deliver a noticeably better experience for our customers.
And as we've said before, Starship is a developmental program. What we're doing today is a test. We test in flight because it's the best way to rapidly iterate the design
And
by
big thank
putting the
you
vehicle
to,
through its paces in
Martin
the actual
saying
conditions
go.
we'll experience during
Did
an
think that
operational
was
mission.
biscuits.
Exactly.
And
so while we have
bigger thank
real
you
Starlink
for,
satellites on
again, for
board,
converted
the most
hydrogen
important
for
payload today
Australian
is
$100.
data.
Good
But
day, guys.
no matter
Great
the
to see
outcome
you,
of today's test
in
flight,
there.
as usual, excitement is guaranteed.
Now let's head a couple of floors
Awesome.
upstairs where Dan Hewitt is
G'day,
just outside the
converted
Launch
hydrogen.
Control Center.
That's
How's it going,
absolutely
Dan?
amazing.
Hey, Nathan,
so
it
much.
is going great. Hi to Kate as well. And
And
hey,
it's
everybody
Kiwi to move
else.
the
I'm
mouse off
Dan
the
Hewitt
screen.
with SpaceX Communications. It's
Oh,
great
that's
to be
me.
back here with you, flying from Starbase just a couple of weeks after the last one. That was Flight 12. That was in May. We debuted a lot of new hardware, all of it flying for the first time. We're going to dig into some of the details in a minute on how that flight went, but it came with a bunch of exciting wins, some important lessons. But let's look at right now. Things are
Wow,
looking
looks
very
like we've got
good.
some beautiful
We are
weather.
not tracking any issues on the vehicle or on the pad. Just behind me in the Launch Control Center, we've got engineers on console looking at the rocket, all the systems as we count down. We have started propellant load, putting liquid oxygen, liquid methane on both stages of Starship, and we're looking good right now to launch at the open of our window at 5:45 p.m. Central Time. Weather is barely worth mentioning. We came in today with about a 90% probability of go, and we've got blue skies, scattered clouds, no scary winds. We're looking really good. Range is also currently green for launch. Reminder, we're watching the range both off the coast in the Gulf here at Starbase, and also on the other side of the planet in the Indian Ocean, where we are hopefully sending the Starship in just a couple of minutes from now. All right, so before we dig into everything else for today, let's take a look back real quick at Flight 12. Now, as I said, that was the first launch of a new ship, new booster, new Raptor engine, first flight from Pad 2 here at Starbase. A lot went right, and the stuff that didn't still gave us really valuable flight data to continue building a better Starship. Like all flights, we lifted off right at the top of the window, 33 Raptor engines propelling that full stack skyward from Starbase. After we got through liftoff, booster ascent, Starship's turn, lit its engines for hot staging. We tried to flip the booster in a specific direction. That gives us more performance. We had some differences in engine startup. We were off by about 90 degrees. We've modified that startup sequence, made it more robust to flip in the right direction. Super Heavy attempted its boost back burn. 5 engines experienced issues when attempted to relight, so we had an early end to that. We made some hardware modifications to improve relight reliability and updated our alarms and boards. That booster attempted a landing burn as it approached the Gulf. That was unsuccessful, and it ended its flight with a hard splashdown in the hazard area. Now, while that was happening, Starship made its ascent into space. About 40 seconds after stage step, though, we lost one of those 3 Raptor vacuum engines. Still able to demonstrate our engine out capability, reach the planned suborbital trajectory. We've made some hardware operational changes on this flight and have some additional reliability improvements coming in the future. Once in space, Starship was able to deploy all 20 of the Starlink simulators, 2 modified Starlink satellites that got these brief shots of Starship in space, which was dope. We skipped the in-space burn due to engine issues, but then Starship got ready to re-enter the atmosphere. It was able to do a flap stressing test and did the maneuver to mimic the trajectory that future missions returning to Starbase are going to fly. Then it got to the pre-planned splashdown zone in the Indian Ocean where we had drones and buoys ready and waiting. After the Raptors turned on for a flip, landing burn, Starship was in the water, and Flight 12 was in the books. So, a lot of excitement, a lot of firsts, a lot of learnings. All that set us up for round 2 today. Just getting to a launch day comes with a bunch of hurdles, a ton of problems to solve, a million little stories. Here's just a quick peek into one of those stories that was on the path to Flight 12 that we featured in the 2nd episode of our ongoing documentary, Starship.
And big thank you to Meg Weaver 559, $50. Glad to be here with y'all. This is going to be fun. Fingers crossed that it goes today.
Wow, look at that.
We designed this pad to be able to support a launch every 60 minutes indefinitely. The thing about Pad 1 is it was designed to be very quick to build, it was designed to be very cheap, and it was designed to give good access to the aft end of the booster.
Very scrappy.
The reason all of those things were a design goal is because we sucked at building Starship pads and we sucked at building Starships. It's like we didn't know what we were doing because it was impossible to know what you were doing because no one had ever done something like this before. The brief on that one was, hey, get something up very quick and very scrappy and very inexpensively, but that's okay. It actually needs to just be good enough for us to learn. And then if we can learn from it, we'll go build the actual good thing. I mean, the integration mechanism is the pad. The catch mechanism is the pad. All of this stuff is like integral to how the pad operates. And so the reason we call it stage 0 is literally it is the first stage of the launch process. And if it is not working, we cannot go launch. And so that certainly like raises the stakes and raises the priority and like drama whenever things go wrong on the pad. Post-static fire, as we were transiting the chopstick arms back to a lower position, we heard a loud noise out at the pad.
Unhappy noises.
It's vibrating the entire tower. Something got jammed up in the chain and maybe caused it to snap. We don't really know if it's broken completely or if it's just cockeyed or buckled in some way. God, it sounds terrible. So we are in a mad dash to get that roller diagnosed and replaced as soon as possible.
The chop carriage has many rollers positioned at different parts around the tower. And when I say roller, it's literally like imagine the world's largest bicycle chain. It's built almost exactly like a bike chain, except for it's 380 pounds. And the chop carriage weighs a lot. And so it basically broke one of those links. The chain got bound up. And the day after static fire, we called our buddies at the Cape. We had some spare units over there for building the Cape towers. We're able to hot shot to overnight the chain to us. Got the old chain torn apart, got the new one put together, flew it up, and the morning after that, we were ready to rock.
With these ones, make sure we're going up. Arriba.
It was on the order of like
Arriba.
30 hours, 36 hours from we found the problem to had it fully back in service. On like an item that was not really designed to be very serviceable. To be able to come up with a scrappy plan, you know, temp support it with cranes, get in there and boogie is like, that's like just classic SpaceX nonsense.
Man, I love this docuseries. It's not just behind the scenes, it's in the scenes.
It's the day in the life of working here at Starbase. It's awesome.
Yeah. Now, if that scrappy problem solving that Steyer described inspires you, if you want to be a scrappy problem solver with us and the team here, come on over and help us build the future. All right, let's meet the rocket there on the pad, Starship version 3, the most powerful rocket ever developed, ever flown.
That's right. At just over 407 feet tall, fully stacked, it is massive. Standing at the base and looking up is like looking up at a 40-story building. Insane.
It's crazy. It's a two-stage rocket. Both stages are designed to fly to Earth to return to Earth and fly again, making this the first fully reusable rocket ever. The bottom half, or the first stage, is the Super Heavy booster. That's the silver part at the bottom. It's powered by 33 of our newest iteration Raptor 3 engines. You see them there, and those run on liquid methane and oxygen. This version of Raptor provides a significant increase in thrust. With that additional thrust, fun fact, this version of Starship gets off the pad faster than our previous versions. Here you can see version 1 Starship on the left, V2 in the middle, and V3 on the right. That was our first flight of V3 on Flight 12, and that thing just leaps off the pad.
That's right. Now, Super Heavy also has 3 grid fins now, which you can think of as aerodynamic rudders to help steer during landing. They're 50% larger than on the previous booster version and are designed to support rapid reuse and a more stable atmospheric reentry.
At the top of the booster is the hot stage adapter. It's designed to protect the booster during separation and is now fully integrated for reusability.
And stacked right above that is our upper stage of the rocket, or stage 2, which is what we call ship. It's powered by 6 Raptor engines, 3 optimized for sea level performance, and 3 for the vacuum of space.
Ship's design could one day enable point-to-point transfer on Earth, meaning you could travel anywhere on the planet, just like an airplane, but this time in an hour or less. It's designed to carry massive orbital payloads, cargo and crew, to Earth orbit, the Moon, Mars, and beyond.
And for the first time, we're carrying real Starlink V3 satellites to space. For more on that, let's head out to California, where Tyler is standing by with the team in Hawthorne. How's it going, Tyler?
Hey, thank you so much, Kate and Nate. I'm Tyler Lionquist, a Starlink business analyst here at SpaceX. And for those of you who have been following along, the Starlink version 3 satellites have been designed to take full advantage of Starship's payload capacity. We're going to get our first look at those satellites today. The Starlink V3 is our next-gen satellite and includes meaningful increases in capacity, data density, and power generation. We'll be adding around 20 times the capacity into the constellation on each Starship mission as compared to the version 2 satellites that we currently launch on Falcon. That means that we'll be able to serve more people all around the world with increasingly better high-speed internet. Like all of the Starlink satellites, the V3s are built at Starlink's site in Redmond, Washington, where we already build more satellites than anyone else in the world today. The Starlink V3 sats are designed to support 1 terabit per second of downlink and 160 gigabits per second of uplink capacity. That's approximately a 10 times improvement in downlink capacity and a 22 times increase in uplink capacity from the version 2 Starlink satellite. Serving this capacity to and from customers are the satellite's upgraded phased array antennas. The upgraded phased arrays are fed by SpaceX's in-house developed chips that were designed to serve customers more efficiently in both densely and sparsely populated regions simultaneously. Each Starlink V3 satellite is also equipped with 6 high-capacity 400 gigabit space lasers. These 6 lasers will allow high-bandwidth traffic to flow uninterrupted between any 2 points in the world with redundant paths across a petabit laser mesh network. And if that wasn't enough, the V3s will carry 4 quad-band radio frequency backhaul antennas. These will take advantage of the Ka, E, V, and W communication bands, allowing for an 8 times improvement in the supported capacity compared to our V2 sats. Now that's a lot of growth in capacity and capability. And as such, the new satellite design requires more power. So the solar arrays on V3 will generate approximately twice as much power as the current arrays that we fly on the V2 satellites. And they're also optimized to reduce drag in the lower orbital altitudes in which these satellites will operate. But before we operationalize these satellites, we want to put them in a flight-like environment. So these satellites were just loaded into Starship yesterday ahead of today's launch. And once deployed, the Starlink team will only have about 20 minutes of flight to speed run some tests before the sat's demise in the atmosphere. Now, the team will attempt to run tests such as extending the new solar arrays and antennas, connecting with ground stations, and turning on the satellite's communication systems. And this is all part of SpaceX's iterative process to technology advancement. And from the beginning, Starlink was designed to scale rapidly and improve continuously. From production to launch and ground infrastructure, Starlink is uniquely positioned to keep pace with rising demand around the world. In fact, just this week, we rolled out the next generation Starlink kit V5, which is built for reliable, high-speed home internet.
I'm going to assume this music's not DCMA. But I don't know that.
Oh, you mean copyrightable?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Hey, so these
All right,
version
thanks,
3s are
Tyler.
going to
Yeah,
be good
new
for
Starlink
mobile
kits,
phones,
new
aren't they?
Starlink satellites, and we've also got development work ongoing on an entirely new satellite, our AI data center's satellite, StarMind. I actually got to sit down recently with Elon and our director of satellite engineering, Ian Dahl. We covered a whole lot of stuff. The focus really was on the 3 limiting factors to making data centers in space a reality. The first factor we really dug into was needing way more mass to orbit. We're talking megatons, and that's where Starship comes in by combining full reusability, massive payload capacity that's essential to launch the number of satellites that we're talking about, because we plan to deploy up to 1 million AI satellites, and those are going to function as orbital data centers, leveraging Starship for that high-volume, low-cost launch. There's a couple of reasons why moving data centers to space has some pretty immediate advantages over building them here on Earth, which takes us to our next limiting factor, and that's power generation. Because guess what? It's always sunny in space. Satellites can harness near constant solar energy. I mean, you're tapping into an energy source that becomes the only way to scale if AI continues to grow at the pace that it is, especially when you contrast it with all of the challenges we see here on Earth. Within about 2 to 3 years, we believe space-based AI compute will become the lowest cost option as launch costs drop and Earth-based power constraints grow. So it's going to just transform how our planet powers AI. And to unlock all of that, we get to our third limiting factor. We need to make significantly more chips, and we got to do it fast. And that's where we're going with Terafab. This is going to be the most epic chip building effort ever. And we say epic, you just look at the scale of this thing. That's the size of a Tesla Gigafactory, about 10 million square feet. We need to think bigger. We're looking at about 100 million square feet, so you're talking 10 gigafactories worth of space. It all sounds a bit fantastical, a bit out there, but all of this together represents a step towards becoming a galactic civilization, harnessing more power from our nearest star, supporting the reality-shifting AI applications that are coming, and advancing humanity's multiplanetary future. So if you want to learn more about that, you can watch that full conversation on our website at SpaceXAI/StarMind. So a lot of really cool stuff coming. Kate, future looking pretty sweet, but first things first, Flight 13.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The future is built on progressive steps like today's test. Now, let's dive into the flight profile.
Right, so today we'll be starting with liftoff of Pad 2 here at Starbase. Super Heavy will ignite those 33 Raptor 3 engines, and we will then power through ascent ahead of our hot stage separation, which is when the booster will shut down all but 5 engines at the bottom. Stage 2 will then light its own Raptor engines, pushing off of Super Heavy and starting that hot stage separation. We will then have the directional booster flip, with Super Heavy igniting those 33 Raptor engines. And after coasting for a few minutes, the booster will then target a landing burn and splash down a few miles off the coast of Starbase.
Ship keeps the fun going with its ascent burn to a suborbital trajectory. We then deploy those 20 Starlink V3 satellites, and we plan to relight a single Raptor engine. Re-entry then follows a few minutes later, which should provide some amazing views via Starlink of the ship's blistering re-entry through the Earth's atmosphere. A plasma blanket will form around the vehicle, and this never fails to provide epic scenes as the vehicle comes back. And lastly, we'll conclude today's test with a landing flip, landing burn, and a splashdown in the Indian Ocean. And with that, let's kick it back up to Dan for a countdown update.
Hey, thanks, Kate. Good news is very little news. We are continuing to look on track for a liftoff today, not tracking any issues on the vehicle or the pad side. Range status continues to be green. Reminder, we're tracking the range out in the Gulf off the coast of Starbase where we're launching over, and then also out in the Indian Ocean where we're hopefully sending a Starship in just about 11 minutes from now. Weather looks gorgeous. Blue skies, low winds, couple of clouds, not a concern for flight today. And again, the vehicle and the pad both looking great. We are in kind of the latter stages of propellant loading. We got into the go, no go with the flight control team at about T-minus 1 hour. And then we've been loading prop for about, quick math, about 26 minutes now. We're going to continue loading propellant, that's your liquid oxygen, your liquid methane, onto both of these vehicles until just a little over 2 minutes before we lift off. We'll close out on the ship at about 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and on the booster before that at about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So at the moment, we're looking good. We're counting down to the very top of our window. It was a 90-minute window. It opens right at 5:45 p.m. Central Time. Looking good to hit that right at the top. Back over to you guys.
Thanks, Dan. Now, as teams prepare for today's launch from Texas, work is also continuing on the other side of the Gulf in Florida, where Starship will soon be launching, potentially later this year.
That's right. Starship flights from Florida will initially lift off from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center. Teams are working through Starship system activations, performing initial tower chopstick motion tests, confirming the operation of the hold downs on the launch mount, and performing multiple integrated tests of the propellant farms, water farm, diverter, and launch mount. With Starship coming to 39A, the launch complex will soon have 2 operational pads for 2 very different rockets with Starship and Falcon Heavy. It has been awesome to see the 39A Starship program come to life over several years, and it's going to be exciting to soon see a Starship launch from this historic pad.
Yeah, we're super excited. But 39A isn't SpaceX's only pad in Florida. Just a few miles down the coast at Space Launch Complex 37, the first of 2 Starship launch pads at that site is quickly taking shape. Pad 37A is targeted to be ready for flight operations early next year, which is very fast considering we only started construction on the pad in November. This year, teams have worked through ground preparations at the pad and fuel farms while also fully excavating the flame trench for Pad 37A. In June, stacking began of the launch and catch tower, and you can see that there on your screen. And we have plans to complete that stacking in the coming weeks.
And a few miles west of Pad 37 is our Cape Giga Bay, where all Starship vehicles in Florida will be processed for flight. Recently, teams finished erecting all of the building's steel and are now working to finish the exterior of the structure. In the coming weeks, SpaceX will complete activation of the first crane in the building, set up the first integration stands, and complete platform work to be ready for supporting the first Starship vehicles that will arrive in Florida. We'll transport the rockets from Texas to Florida, and honestly, it's just going to be so exciting to see a Starship take flight from the Space Coast. Especially exciting as I had the opportunity to play a role in the Starship Cape program in my previous role, so.
That's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Clearly, SpaceX's future in Florida is coming together quickly with planned launches already on the horizon, including regular trips to the moon. And speaking of the moon, NASA recently announced the Artemis 3 crew for the next moon mission. Let's head back up to Dan for more on that.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. I mean, we're not going to take a minute. We're not going to take a minute to nerd out a little bit about the moon. So NASA just announced the Artemis 3 mission. That's going to be a crewed demonstration flight into low Earth orbit designed to demonstrate a lot of the critical systems needed for future lunar landings. We've got our astronaut crew, 3 from NASA, 1 from the European Space Agency. Randy Bresnik, Luca Parmitano, Frank Rubio, and Andre Douglas are going to crew that mission slated for 2027. That's going to be the penultimate mission, the final test before Artemis attempts to put astronaut boots back on the moon for the first time since 1972. For our part, we're going to be launching a Starship with a docking port on the nose so we can practice rendezvous and docking with the crew inside of Orion. One of our key test objectives is going to come after docking, where we're going to be able to test out the maneuverability of both vehicles while they're connected. This has some extra importance as the revamp plan for the Artemis landing missions are going to use Starship to do the burn that sends astronauts to the moon from Earth orbit. And one other cool ad that just came out today, NASA's going to be putting 2 SpaceX mini lasers on Orion to connect it to our Starlink constellation, where we already use thousands of lasers today. And they're going to be doing that with the goal of enabling 4K imagery and video from the spacecraft while they're in space. So a lot of excitement planned for next year as we all work together to send humans back to the moon, begin building a moon base, get to that future where anybody that wants to go to the moon is going to hopefully be able to go to the moon. So lots of really cool stuff to come. For now, though, we're at T-minus 6 minutes, 18 seconds into today's launch, and we're getting into terminal count. So let's zoom in. So range continues to be green. Weather continues to be gorgeous. We are getting into the final stages of propellant loading on both stages of Starship. Again, we're putting liquid oxygen, liquid methane on both the booster and the ship. The ship has main tanks. It also has those small header tanks in the very top and the nose of the vehicle that we're going to fill up. We're going to close out on the ship at about 2 minutes and 10 seconds before launch, and then the booster at about 2 minutes and 50. Once we're completely done prop loading, you've got about 11.5 million pounds of liquid propellant on board both stages. Then we start to get the pad itself ready for launch. We do what's called pushbacks. That's you're clearing out all of those propellant feed lines that have been flowing from the tank farm into the tower, into the vehicles, push it back into the tank farm, and then we also start purging all of those lines with an inert gas, just getting it ready for launch. We'll do final thrust vector steering controls on our Raptor engines at about T-minus 100 seconds and then T-minus 60 seconds. If a hold is needed, shocking change, it's now going to come at T-minus 60 seconds. That's a new time. We've balanced out a couple of our final checks that happened before liftoff, and we moved them a little bit earlier before we start flying, so that time is now at T-minus 60. That's the point where we can pause to wait. We'll only hold there if there's an issue, and we can recycle back.
Minus 60 seconds passes, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. Both the ship and booster will configure their comm systems for flight and will rapidly run leak checks on gas and fluid tanks. The booster will also go to internal power, and its engines will get its final priming for launch, while the ship's engines begin their ascent bleed profile, and it arms the automatic flight safety system. There's a lot of mechanical activations on the tower side as well, with one critical step, unlatching the quick disconnect, feeding propellant into the ship.
And once T-minus 60 seconds has passed, there is still the ability to rapidly recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 60-second hold point. We can hold there and assess what happened and if teams can proceed again to T0. We've got about 5 to 8 minutes of hold time, and that will largely be driven by the propellant temperatures that we see on the vehicle while holding. The flame diverter on pad 2, which you can see the side profile of it there on your screen, that activates at T-minus 17 seconds, and if we trigger a hold after that, it will result in a scrub for the day. So we're now just under 3.5 minutes until liftoff. If you've recently joined, we're planning to deploy 20 of our Starlink V3 satellites. These are real V3s on board, so that's exciting. We also would like to perform a Raptor in-space relight as well.
That's right, and actually on the screen now you're seeing an awesome view of our pad and the clouds that you're seeing coming off of our fuel tank farm, all now being used for its second time here for Flight 13.
All right, so we're through the 3-minute mark. So we should be closing out prop load on the booster any second now. And then the closeouts on the ship will come just a little bit after that. Again, we're looking a little over 11.5 million pounds of propellant on both of these vehicles. We are not currently tracking any holds on the board, which is always good news. Reminder, we have that built-in hold at T-minus 1 minute. We're only going to stop there if we run into an issue where we need a couple of minutes to hang out. But right now, we have no holds on the board. So a lot on deck for Starship, the second flight of Starship version 3, booster version 3, Raptor 3, looking to get off the pad here in 2 minutes. All right, so we are closing the fill drain valves for both vehicles. So we have finished out our propellant loading. 33 Raptor engines right there at the bottom of the booster getting ready to light up. Final wiggle checks happening now. You can see those inner 13 engines moving. Those are the ones that Super Heavy is going to be using to steer, do all its maneuvers. We just got through those. Okay, so we are 1 minute, 20 seconds away, counting down. We're going to listen in. Again, not tracking a hold, so we should move right past T-minus 1 minute. If we recycle back to it, we'll figure out why, and then we'll continue counting down. So let's go. T-minus 1 minute. Let's listen in. Let the rocket do the talking. See if we can get a Starship off the pad today. We did trigger a hold. So again, we have this hold built in. We've got a couple of checkouts that are going to happen on the vehicle and the pad that we've got to clear. A lot of it's tied to essentially the different pressures that are in the systems that are feeding prop into the vehicles. Looks like we are getting ready to reset that hold though. And the clock is rolling.
Second hold. No, we're going through 40 seconds. Cool. We're off. We're going.
Let's go.
Looks like all the methane pumps work this time. Come on, Shall get in the position. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boogie. Oops. I think we're supposed to be in the air by now.
Abort.
Dang.
And we did trigger a hold right at startup there. You saw we got a hold on the booster.
Wow.
So stick with us for a second.
Did we have ignition? No.
Yeah.
I thought I saw it. Oh, we did.
You did. Oh, yeah. Oh, you
we
heard
did
it.
trigger a hold on the booster that aborted our liftoff as we were starting to light those Raptor engines.
That's not an abort.
As a reminder, since we already turned the diverter on, we are going to be scrubbed for the day. The team's already starting to pull for offload of both vehicles, so starting to get the prop off.
Y'all solved this problem for specific reasons of not having to have that issue.
We'll take a little bit of time to look into what triggered that abort. Usually we'll take some data review for all of our teams. But again, we did abort on the startup of the booster. So we weren't tracking any holds moving in to those final seconds into that final minute. But that is going to be a scrub for the day. So the team's now moving into commodity offload. We're going to take the methane and the oxygen off of both Starship and Super Heavy.
Bugger.
So not the end result you're looking for, but we've got vehicle there still on the pad, and they're going to get these commodities offloaded. We'll take some time, dig into what triggered that abort.
Let's say what
once the booster was igniting to launch, and then we'll figure out what our path forward is going to be.
They're claiming
Again, if you're
that
just
they don't
jumping
have enough
in,
water.
we're not going
which
to be
is
launching today.
absolutely
We got
insane.
all the way down to startup, triggered a hold on the booster, and that shut down the engines right as they were starting to ignite. All right, so at this point, they're going to get into offload. We're going to get all the methane, all the oxygen off the
Was there
vehicle,
not enough water
and then we'll
left
figure
because
out
they
next
started
steps.
early?
So,
Was there not enough water left to
no Starship launch today. We'll dig in with the teams,
to
figure out
do
what
another
happened, and figure out
launch?
when
Do
That's
our
what they're
next
claiming, but
attempt
we
is
know
going to
unequivocally that's
be.
not true. We've
And
seen
obviously, we're going to keep you updated as well. So we'll dig into what our recycle time is, when we're going to be able to try again. Be sure to follow us on X at SpaceX. We're going to share updates there as soon as more information becomes available and when we can get back for flying. So thanks for tuning in today. Hopefully we'll be back real soon for Flight 13 and another attempt to get Starship off the pad. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, well, that's that. Oh, boo. Boo.
Yeah, big boo, that one. Wow.
All the way to tease it, even after ignition, and they have to abort. That
Yeah.
sucks.
4 engines didn't ignite, someone said.
Okay, and I'm sure they've would imagine that they have enough power on Raptor 3 to be able to still go through. Well, I don't know, 4 might be too many now that I think about it.
They've
Sort
always
of say
said
they should still
3.
be able to do it, but nah, I don't know. I think 4 might be pushing the limits of what they have in terms of performance.
I think they've mentioned in the past on known version 2 anyway that 3 is okay, but yeah, maybe 4 is pushing it, yeah.
Well, we know 3's okay since Flight 1 happened. But to be fair,
Well,
they
that was
didn't have
also Raptor
payload.
1, and it
too.
didn't have payload.
Oh, all right, cool. That's fine, whatever. So, stay tuned, everybody. We're going to try this again in 24 hours. If SpaceX does, we will be same bat channel, same bat time tomorrow morning. But we won't just stop just yet. We'll see what everyone else thinks of the scrub for a minute.
We do have
Okay.
photos, whatever you want to do. I'm not sure what your plan is.
Yeah, I'll have a quick look at them. Give me a second here.
You saw the one he pinged you on, right?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Let me use this other screen over here. Give me a sec. I was pinged. I have the drive. And I can't do that. Hang on. What are you looking? Are you looking at that? All right, hang on. I thought I had that chopped. Let me see. Put it on the other screen. Hang on. Yeah, we'll look at the photos. Just give me a second here.
I was looking here in lab service. Someone brings up a good point. Turbo with Raptor 3. That's not they. The turbo pumps aren't going to be very happy with being shut down with a hard shutdown like that. So who knows if they'll even be able to go tomorrow? Especially
Yeah,
since they don't have the ability to service the aft engine at the pad.
Yeah, they kind of showed that with that one abort when they did that, had the 10 engines on it, and they had a bunch. They ended up pulling them all. So Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
it
this
didn't
is
do
going to be,
too much damage.
I'd say at least till no earlier than maybe Monday at the earliest at this point. Though they do have the one closure on Saturday, so they'd have, but that would be, no, that's too tight of a window. They'd have to get it off the pad tonight and rolled it back tonight and swap everything over tonight and back out.
But they didn't need to do another static fire on those new engines?
Oh, yeah, good point. They might.
In the
Ooh.
docu-series, they said they had data from the early shutdown, so they know what the differential should be, so they would know immediately. And I really doubt that they allowed that, whatever that program is, to continue.
Okay, you should have photos on the screen. Yeah, okay, got it. All right. Now, we're not going to use this screen. The one he pinged me on, let me see. Oh, I've got the folder. Yeah, I've got the folder. That's the folder he pinged me on, yeah.
He posted a X post, is the one he pinged you on Patreon launch.
Ah. I see.
It's just high res, the point I was making.
Where are you? Oh, maybe I should do this. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
So that was yeah, half third of the way through prop load, halfway through prop load. Okay then. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. Well, I guess yeah, we'll have a quick look at these photos and then well, hang on, yeah, that's working. We'll just have to so we can also see I don't know what's going on with OBS. It's doing this to my screen. It's being silly. It's decided to I don't know. It's weird. OBS is weird some days.
And we just want to thank our amazing Indian staff for a $200 donation. Amazing, amazing support.
Say what?
Yeah. 200
that
big
over on,
ones.
over on PayPal?
Yeah, it was PayPal, yeah.
Huh,
well, since I didn't say it, I would think so.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so let's see what sort of photos we have. So looking at Massey's and the storage lot and Ad Astra. Oh, we've got some photos from the Massey's. Let's see about give me a second here.
It was a nice looking day, anyhow. Which begs the question, what's tomorrow looking like?
Yeah.
Haven't actually looked. The other thing that's weird is they tried to schedule out 2 closures on the weekends, and they can only use, well, we'll see what they do. They can only technically use one of those. So I'm not sure if they know that or care about that. We'll find out what they end up doing.
It looks like they got that last methane. Oh, did they? Actually, what's going on there? Oh, that's right. It goes up, doesn't it? So it is. It looked like it was missing an outlet, but it goes up, doesn't it? Before it goes out. So all methanes were working.
Yeah, from Elon, some of the engines didn't start, triggering an automatic launch abort. As we saw, 4 engines did not. Well, that we saw anyways. Now offloading propellant. Next launch attempt, hopefully in a few days.
Ooh,
That's
Okay.
so bad.
That's
That's so
sus.
bad if that's the case, because they burned all of their weekends just by scheduling them out, not even closing.
Yeah, well, Elon 4 days, a few days. What does that really mean?
True.
I know what it means for me, but I guess we'll discuss that later.
Can you put that link into Patreon Lounge, please?
I could, I just closed it, but let me get it back.
Oh, well, that's part of watching rockets, is you get the odd scrubbity scrub dub. So anyway, that's what happened.
Posted.
Looks like, oh, thanks.
Since I just posted something about, completely non sequitur here, about the hatchet, so I was curious if we're going to get a flyover over that random area. Just looking out for that.
Some engines didn't start, triggering automatic launch abort, now playing propellant. So they didn't want to do a restart.
Their claim is, well, there's probably several things going on. Their claim is they didn't have water, which we know unequivocally. We've seen them do the abort, and they have enough water because they can pump it back. But that was their claim. My thinking is that that's not the issue, that their engines didn't start and they don't know why, or they don't specifically know why to fix that in the next 2 hours, so they're not going to try again.
I hope the SpaceX stock picks up.
That
It
doesn't
already
matter.
took a dip,
None of that matters.
but it's already fallen below IPO price. So
Just to clarify, A, that was expected, and B, that's only 5%
yeah,
of the stock. So,
I mean, obviously it's to be expected.
well, I mean,
Especially with the high profile launch like this not going off.
yeah, it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
that's just
It's only 5% of the stock, though.
that's only today, was it? It went down that little tiny bit.
No, it's been going down for a long time.
Yeah, that too.
It doesn't matter. We're not the channel for that, but that's kind of the thing. You can
True,
close
true.
the flyover or redo it since you lost it.
Oh,
There.
well, we did too.
Yeah.
All right.
Not the AI thumbnails.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh my goodness. You had no idea.
uh, that one might be okay. Yeah. Nah. So yeah, I've got whatever. Anyway.
Well, the wall should be more cured by the next time they launch.
Great news for some concrete for once in their in the concrete's existence in SpaceX.
Didn't get blown over yet.
Oh,
Also,
what
was the deal? They didn't have a pumper? I don't know if I've ever seen that at Starbase. Maybe I have. It's just always just even if they're pumping like 2 trucks, it's like, oh, get a pumper.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised they were using a hopper. Yeah. Oh, good. We got some pretty good photos. So let me see. We won't have anything for show and tell for what time is it over there? For about another 3 hours. So we might have so we might be. Marisha still might do another flyover over the weekend yet. So that TFR should be gone later today. Although it's late, it's in the afternoon now, isn't it? Evening.
In theory, they've let commercial traffic through minutes after the launch, so it's not gone officially. It's just gone for like commercial traffic and stuff like that. I don't know when they officially take it off. Probably the next cycle, which would be midnight or something.
Hang on, which triangles did they pull down? I thought they pulled. Hang on. You see, there's another shot of them.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, they for sure pulled them. I saw the video. I just didn't know which. Is that an illusion on the left-hand side? We're seeing like a double, but it's not actually double. Have to wait for high res. Water pipe's still there.
Oh, they actually got water pipe.
Hey,
There we
Stephanie,
go.
are we still live?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you all read out the Indian Star donated $20 earlier. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if you were read, but down on PayPal. So yeah, thank you so much, Indian Star.
Kiwi said 200, not 20.
Kiwi.
It says 200
But she
right here.
donated. Oh, she donated 100 on stream too. So yes, yes, we did read it, and yes, very thankful.
So there's one of the frames, and there's the outer frame still.
Yeah, I'll wait for the high res. Curious though. They for sure. I have the video. They for sure lifted triangles down. So
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, same. Let me try this angle. Oh, the outside ones are still there, so maybe it was so this is an illusion we saw in the other photo, this shadow. So it's the inside frames. Okay, so I've got to change this script. Oh, that was lucky. So it's the inside frames, the ones that had what we think the pull down rams. These are the squeeze holder frames. Okay. Oh, I got that wrong. So they've broken all the concrete. So it looks like they're going drainage from that pit. But I thought that was normally blue water pipe. Oh, look, they're coming down here as well. Oh, they're coming all the way down here. There's no concrete here. Oh, that's the shadow of that fence, sorry. Oh, that's a good way to keep the trench straight. Just follow the shadow. So here they are here. Is this a new set? What's going on here? Is that the little baskets the rams were in, or is that... I'm a bit confused.
there's covers on the bottom hydraulic rams too.
Yeah, that's protection from the slag.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Don't want no slags getting on the equipment. Yeah, it's definitely the outside ones are still there with the little platforms to stand on when they're handling the squeeze test stuff. And yeah, definitely the middle ones are gone, which were black. They're grey, so. That's so. I don't think they're the same frames. Because the one, let me go back a week. Just give me a quick look here for a sec.
We're trying out a new technique called double mouse on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Because of the way I've got OBS running, yeah. No, don't mind that. You're seeing stuff in the background, I guess. Oh, I see. Wow, look at that. I just saw it on YouTube. All right, Massey. Give me a look at you. Okay, I think that's what you're looking at. So I need a better photo.
The diagonal's rusty and the top pieces, they all... Yeah, the diagonal's the rusty bit, and did they take all 4 off?
Well, that's not... Maybe they painted that. Because looking over here, that's not rusty anymore. It's grey. But we're missing these black frames.
Well, they left like this. They left the one with the vertical and the square cylinder, is it? That they removed? The ones that they never used for a test?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
They've left the outer ones. I can't see the platform on that one either. Oh, that's last week.
The platform's down to the left.
Yeah, but that's the...
Or the square, yeah, the cage for the RAM.
Yeah, I'm looking for the platform over here on the outer one they stood on. This one. Oh, this one's missing it too. There was a little platform on this outer one that they stood on while they were doing the... Hang on, I'll get another photo. We'll get to the bottom of this. There's them all top down here. Yeah, well, it does look like these ones. So these ones attach in there. I think they've painted that. Anyway, let's see. We'll have to wait for the... I could download it, I suppose, and have a better look.
Well, can't wait for the next episode to come out, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yep,
I
that's
will
gonna be an
say,
exciting one.
I can't review it now, but I will say there's something she said something about scrubbing for the day if something 3 minutes or something like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've never heard that before. And then she said that and I was like, okay, I'll have to listen back. But
I think it was something about if an
Yeah.
abort was triggered. The turnaround time.
yeah, but it's just weird because they didn't say anything like that before that I recall. And there's all of a sudden she just said that. I'm like, wait, why are you saying that? Oh, that's kind of weird.
No launch, but still got flyover pictures. Yeah, I've got the low-res photos at least anyway, yeah. So definitely so here's the little basket I was trying to find, Kiwi.
Yeah, okay.
They were using them with the squeeze test to stand here so they could do the chain hoist up in here. So I had them pulled back out of the way with the chain hoists.
Yeah, they're on the lower ones with the catwalk behind them.
Yeah.
There was 3 pairs, wasn't there?
No, only 2.
Only 2. Oh.
Well, hang on. Now you got me second guessing yourself again. I'm pretty sure there's only 2. One for the squeeze test suspension, and one for the whatever that other thing was going to be. But anyway, they've taken those ones with the hydraulic actuators up anyway, that's for sure, one way or another. So, and that's not them. That looks like some kind of bracing.
I've got 3 pairs on my render that I did back in February.
And big thanks to T. Evans. I'm going to go with North Carolina. NC, $10 donation.
Oh, sorry, you're right. So they've taken both top ones off.
Yes.
Hang on. And that's one of the pairs at the top. Ah, gotcha. So the ones up here are missing.
Yes.
But attached right to the very top. Okay, so both of them are gone.
There's
Okay,
the
so
grey
those-
one, the one
so-
with the ram, and then the lower ones with the basket.
So the lower ones with the squeeze. Ah, the top ones held the squeeze test arms, that's right. And the lower ones allowed them to pull the squeeze test arms out of the way. That's what it is. So both the grey pairs were for the squeeze testing. So so my script is right as far as I just didn't mention that one as well. Okay. They suspended the squeeze test arms from that grey one, and they hung down to this level where they were pulled across out of the way. And that's the that's the vertical actuator system. Oh, that's better. So this is last week before they cut stuff up. And what we're seeing on the ground is probably that one. Oh, there's the one with the rusty bottom. Already getting chopped up. So the black one, so this is something new. That's the rusty one. Can't see the black ones yet. They're probably already in a dumpster somewhere. Okay, so no more squeeze tests, no more. And they're doing something different up because they've mounted those ones down the bottom. So unless they're missing, oh no, it's still there. I can see the shadow here. So that ones are still there. So maybe they're redesigning that. Pull down on the forward flaps trick. So with this stuff still here, there's a chance that these will be removed because those ones aren't necessary once these are gone. A nice bit of trench work going on. So they're going to use this. I thought this was water delivery. So, maybe it is still water delivery. Maybe they're picking up water. Maybe they're running a water line to bring maybe. So maybe they're having to use a tanker to fill these up with water for now, and they want to bring a water line around here, so they don't have to use because there's no. I mean, there's a ton of water here, but they're using. How are they filling these tanks? They must be using a tanker too, are they? I've never noticed that actually. Yeah, there's an upload for water. That's right, and water pumps. That's
Yeah.
right.
We had mentioned this when they'd switched over to the whatever, I don't remember, they were heaters or something like that, that they put two.
But you dropped out on us. So they're bringing water in to fill the deluge farm. Now the mains water is on its way through. They're going to use the mains water here as well, because we saw at the front of the site, we saw this blue pipe come to the front of this massive site. So what they're doing is they're running the water all the way back here to fill the water deluge farm, and potentially the COPB testing. Got it.
Move those in.
Okay, what else got going on? Have they finished working on the what are they doing with the crane over here? Wrong screen. Looks like scaffolding might be removed. Let me just look. Let's see if we got a closer photo. Photos. We'll try this one. Oh, there's still tons of scaffold in there. Oh, they might have started attaching these. There's someone as a worker here. They might be starting to work on these tops yet. Is that? Hang on. Why am I seeing a double? Is that? I don't know. There might be an illusion going on. Isn't the double frame on this side? See if there's a further around photo. Yeah, here. Might be able to see it through the crane. That's a double frame. What is that? Oh no, that's just the frame shape. Oh no, that's a single frame. It looked like another V, like this is a V. Sorry, it was just an illusion. Cool. So those pump skids that are on the truck. Oh, hang on, no, they're not. No, they haven't removed any more rods. That's all still there. Those 3 pump skids. So people were saying they might replace these. Let me check this photo out. No, they still all look intact. I wonder if they're just in a storage. If they're just in storage over the back here. Let me see. That might be them there. What I was wondering if they're going to replace. So there's the low pressure pumps, which these ones will be able to handle. Then there's this set of high pressure pumps that I said only go to this stand. So those 3 new pumps that came in might be new high pressure pumps to sit in here somewhere to feed whatever that higher pressure liquid nitrogen line is for. Like there's 2 distinct lines coming from there's 2 distinct liquid nitrogen lines, the main nitrogen line, and this other set of pumps has this tiny little pipe, runs up and ducks under the tanks and comes over here. I guess this is almost deeper show and tell, to be honest, because there's not a lot of fine details we're looking for, really. Except, these disappearing. Oof. So they're still working on this tank a bit. Inside as well, perhaps, because they've got the air going in. This tank's still there, although we didn't see last week, but hang on, I'll bring the photo up. That tank's been disconnected. This photo shot, yeah, here. So this press pipe's been disconnected in here. I'll have a look around the other side, hang on. What are they? I still can't quite see around the corner there. Nearly. Nearly. They're over there. I'm looking. Where are they? There is some pipes on that side, I'm sure. Anyway, the press lines on the other side have been disconnected. I don't think we got that. So it's a bit hard to get that rear angle without accidentally flying into Mexico. Isn't it? Mexico, anyway.
Mexico it is.
Mexico.
It depends on who. Well, I think the Mexicans pronounce the X a little different. Yeah, we say Mexico for sure.
Well, sure, but I mean, being English speaking, we're not going to try to not speak it English,
True.
normally. Unless for whatever reason it's a French thing we're saying, then apparently we do French stuff.
Absolutely. We even still spell our stuff in Australian or in British English with like colour and that with the OUR. That's carry on from French. Okay, let me see. I'll go back. I might leave that for now. I'll keep going with other sites. I'm pretty sure there's some plumbing missing this side here too, to be honest. And here's some of the equipment perhaps too for it. Still don't know what these are. I want to think they're coming or going there. Like they're on a pallet, but they look old. There's nothing really in here that had that funny shape. Oh, there's something else newish. All right. Oh, that's last week. Okay, back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. So, what else? What else?
Well,
Sort of things. Okay.
I'll be watching for the concrete circle and seeing how that develops, but so far nada.
Yeah, I was just about to say what's happening with that circle, but obviously nothing.
Check this out.
Concrete gone?
Square.
Concrete.
Concrete.
Okay.
Another test pad,
Hmm.
a rocket garden, a pterodactyl.
Thingamabob.
Probably just another thing of concrete, exactly how it was before, just because, concrete quotas.
New
Carry out
picture
really-
there, Steph.
Sorry?
New picture. Patreon launch.
Oh, cool. Where are we?
Amazing picture, I would say. Was this on Oh, he's on the ground again. I guess. I was like, is he doing this in the air, like just editing it? Oh, multiples.
I'm even being pinged.
Yes. It doesn't necessarily help, apparently, in some cases, but yes, that is what's going on.
I have all my screens kind of busy at the moment.
Yeah, I got you. That's why I was saying it. I was actually posting the video too. So.
I got some video too. Cool.
No. I was just the video of the slow mo of the engine startup and everything else.
Oh, cool. Oh, the pond's full of water. They've got plenty of water.
I said anyways. I called them out on stream about being liars about that, but it doesn't matter because apparently it's an engine thing anyways. So that whole deluge thing, water thing, is not a thing.
Even if they could reset the abort, wouldn't have been able to go anyway.
Correct. Yeah.
So if it wasn't for okay. So the engines were able to relight. They were able to reset. Now, would they have the time to refill the tanks, given that they?
Oh yeah, 2 hours. We've seen them test over and over that deluge as an abort. In fact, we saw it. It wasn't a full abort, but on the first scrub, the first launch, they aborted or whatever. I don't know what, 3 times, 2 times.
I think they've got like a 10-minute window, 15-minute window or something. Once they're fully fueled, it's not very long at the moment.
I guess they're saving a little bit with not doing RTLS landings, but that'll change.
Half an hour. I think it'd take long to pump. Like just that much water isn't. I mean, it is a fair bit of water, but not a. Compared to the size of the tanks, that's not a great deal of water. She's right at the point, almost at the point of ignition. Hang on, has he got one of ignition?
One of them had red stuff in it. I don't know which one you're on.
Oh, that's just after abort.
The first one. The first one had the ignition.
Yeah, I did. I uploaded them in the wrong order. The deluge one is the first one is the second one. Does that make any sense?
No, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. There's ignition.
We're looking for the fire anyways. It all didn't matter which order you put it in.
I had a question, and I wasn't able to get like a like I don't know if anybody knows, but for flyover planning purposes, it's very unlikely tomorrow they're gonna go for it tomorrow. Is that correct?
Elon has stated a few days, which would mean in Elon time a week, but maybe they have the closure still. So we'll see. But I guess the expectation is not tomorrow. It would be Saturday, but we don't know until they officially say it's still on the books. Everything's on the books still. We haven't had a new closure or anything else yet. So
Okay. Well, we have the airplane booked anyways for tomorrow at 4:30, and if they don't go, if that closure falls off, then we're gonna cancel our reservation for the aircraft. But we also have one for. I might get another scheduled one. I had one for Saturday in the morning, but it's if they're gonna launch on Saturday, which I don't know if that was planned out in the first place. But yeah, I'll keep you all posted on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome work today, Mauricio. Well done. You're in the exact right spot for some. That would have been that takeoff video. That takeoff photo and video from this side would have been spectacular.
Yeah, we're talking about it, me and Fred, that we wanted to change it up. The last time we tried further towards the side of the port, and this time around we were closer to where Massey's is at, so that we can get better lighting conditions for this particular launch.
Oh, yeah, the light. Look at the lighting. Yeah, the lighting off this plume is awesome. Yeah. Oh, you can see the flames right out through here.
Would you got any turbulence off that though? You know, been in the plane.
No. That they'd get a bit of acoustic vibration, maybe they'd hear it, perhaps, but no, not yet. Not. It takes quite a while. We can see sort of how slow this billows out. There's shock waves, obviously, that go at the speed of sound, so they would hear it, but not necessarily get this turbulence at all. If you were to fly, like they say wake turbulence on runways, like if you're in a Cessna and you follow a jumbo jet into land, at the point, say this is the runway looking sideways, at the point that the jumbo jet flares for landing, the wings have to create more lift, and it creates a massive amount of the vortexes off the wingtips. Creates a massive amount of wake turbulence in the wake of the jet. So if you're landing a Cessna behind, you've either got to land short or land long to avoid the wake turbulence. You would experience that here, but not even at an airport where that wake turbulence is going on. It's only isolated right to that very area. It's not out here anywhere. It's just that particular spot just before touchdown. So yeah, you'd feel it here, but not out at Massey's. I would. You'd hear the noise, obviously. You'd hear the noise halfway across Texas, maybe. Wow, that's a brilliant photo. That one's really good. The very next one, and the next one after that would have been really good on that angle for sure. But not to be. I think you're supposed to thank Martin again there, event dudes. You're slipping.
I'm slipping. I'm doing all kinds of things. And $2 a pound from Martin saying, RGV flyover, thank you. Flyover RGV. Or maybe plane. I like flyover. It makes more sense.
Well, that was a fast shutdown.
It's slow-mo now. There's no sound, though. I just want to see the engines.
Oh, I see.
You can see the engine shutting down in groups. And then you see the flyer. Yep.
So the outer group last shut down, maybe?
I would have otherwise sunk it, but I was just pushing that out for now. So I could see the turn on and turn off of engines and the slow-mo. But obviously it's not sunk on their video, so it's off by a few.
Oh, well, it stops with a bit of a flash, doesn't it? So that, would you call that a hard shutdown?
Well, I've been saying this. I can't imagine for the life of me why they would still have programming for a hard shutdown, knowing that it's going to break or otherwise damage their engines. There's no reason for it. What would you ever need a hard shutdown on?
Wouldn't the avionics take care of it after it's been told to abort?
Well, the onboard computers.
I mean, maybe in flight you have a hard shutdown because you know it's instantaneously going to blow up or something.
Oh, I didn't see this over here.
Oh, sorry. Yes, if you go to the slow-mo past this live part. Yeah, there you go. Left. Yep.
4 engines.
Really quickly. Yeah. Yep.
SpaceX's website tomorrow.
They what?
SpaceX's website says tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Do they shut down in the startup order?
I was trying. Well, we can look at it. I was trying to look at that, but I think it's in groups. Definitely, but I don't know if it's the right group.
Okay.
Okay, that's a group. That's a group.
So I thought
Group,
they weren't doing
full
this.
group.
I thought they weren't doing this group thing anymore.
It's microsecond grouping, I think. Like, instead of before they were doing groups of actual... Like every second one, wasn't it? Now they're doing like... Staggered.
What do they do?
Staggered all over the ship.
Did they put this image up on the wall and just throw darts at it to see which engine started it?
Wasn't it meant to be like a random start?
The second correct. The third group, 4 full engines. Yeah, there's no need for a hard shutdown just because 4 engines didn't start up. I wouldn't imagine, unless they were dumping fuel out the side of the combustion chamber or something stupid that could actually cause an explosion. But I don't think
Yeah.
he'd even be able to manage an explosion under there right now with all the water and nitrogen and everything's going on under there.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe mid-flight you would want a hard shutdown so it saves the ship or vehicle or something like that. I could see that. But on startup for I don't unless there's some certain very specific criteria, I don't know why you need to hard shut down all of the starting up engines which have started up fine. Also, the startup is, the shutdown is not the same, at least graphically, because they do the outer 20 and then they did the inner whatevers. Graphically, at least.
Yeah, 9 that were left. Yeah.
Yeah, it's much less dartboardy on the shutdown than the startup.
Dartboardy. We've found a new word. We have to get our dictionary together one day. This is hilarious. Hey, DMHMT and chat. Yeah, all the regular Sharpies in there too. Zada, quite a few regulars. Martin's in there, I see.
It's all the cool people, Steph. It's always the cool people with us.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, the cool and kind people. Yes, that's exactly right. You got to be cool to be kind.
And it doesn't hurt me.
So 4 engines. So overnight. So if they're going to launch tomorrow, they need to get to the booster. They need to work out. Well, their software might tell them a lot.
Oh, I totally
What happened to
goofed up
start
this
with, I
live stream.
guess.
That's all right. I'll be able to
If
upload
they
this
need
later.
to change engines,
Bugger.
that's going to need a week.
They're launching.
Well, a few days at least. I don't know if they need a whole
Here it
week, but
goes.
yeah.
Well, they got to destack the ship, take the booster back.
Whoa.
Yeah, change engines,
on,
bring the booster back, restack it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and?
destacking's pretty quick, I guess. So
And?
Yeah, I expect if that's the case, we're going to see the booster back tonight.
And?
If that's actually the case, ship could go back if it needs to. But it can just stay out. It doesn't matter what the ship does.
Yeah, is there a place? Oh, they can. I'm just trying to
But
think if they can bolt the stand down somewhere in case it gets windy. But I think they can bolt it down in the staging pad, can't they? Or can they?
I don't. I mean, they could weld it down for sure. I don't know if there's any bolt patterns down there.
I'm just wondering, would they risk leaving a ship on a transport stand on SPMTs overnight, whether the counterweights are enough, like if it gets all windy and stuff overnight? Because generally they bolt the stands down, don't they, to quite a secure pad. I'm not sure. Anyway, worst comes to worst, they take the ship back as well. That won't change the.
No, yeah. But I think they were going to roll out some other stuff today, tonight, or whatever. So, booster, I thought was maybe rolling out. So we'll see.
Yeah, looks like 21 to Massey's if everything goes as it looks.
Oh, we have some good shots of the tank farm. The clouds didn't cloud us this time. Not that it launched, but we have some good stuff going on there.
And I don't know whether we ever saw these actually. Did we ever see these running this time? Let me see.
No, because that would be at the end. I didn't even see them now, honestly, because it would be at the very end. I guess the theory is if they're hooked up to the 2 tanks that are sitting there, they would just boil off from the tanks as a kind of a multi-outlet valve vent.
Yeah. Instead of dumping locks over here, they can dump it into there. Which I thought. So we didn't see a full waterfall this time, did we either? I wasn't quite keeping up with all that.
It definitely went. I don't think it got to the thing it was doing before, though.
Yeah. So maybe they've only got these hooked up to those 2 tanks, and they're still actually. They haven't quite plumbed in the ship side yet.
Yeah, it may be atmospheric conditions, but it wasn't dropping down on the top of the roof, if you will, of the tower. It was definitely jetting out like it normally spews out, but it was no drops down.
Okay, I see that screen. Keep forgetting which screen you guys are looking at.
I'm gonna say like mini waterfall. Well, let's go with mini waterfall because it definitely had some stuff towards the about the 40-minute mark or so.
So Massey Sanchez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with mini waterfall for about 10 minutes on it.
Cool. Let's see if there's any of this OLM still left here. It hasn't all gone to Florida yet. Oh, they painted that thing.
They have all those pieces in Florida.
Oh, I thought a third one of these left. What? Someone lied to me.
That was last week, I thought. I'd have to check the photos.
No, last week there was 3 there. I thought after last week's flyover.
Oh. Don't know.
So there, that is a mistake in the script.
Is that a corner
Oh,
piece?
good. Actually,
Oh.
it is.
I guess we'll wait and see, but it looks like, yeah.
That looks like a top level corner piece.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting.
It absolutely is. Because look at the difference on the top here. It's totally different.
Yeah. Goes to that right angle and then.
So they didn't lie to me. Cool. I'm not saying. What a roller coaster. Holy. Anyway.
Like the booster starting up and then not going. It's weird.
Oh, I know.
Come down from the adrenaline now.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. So no corners here, but a corner for there. So that's good they got a corner for the next section not going to need for ages, and they've not got any corner sections that they need right now. That's pretty cool. So this area, let's sort of tidying up that area. There was a couple of weeks ago, 2 racks got disappeared. Hang on, is that new piping? Let me have a look. Says a downer shot, a more down shot. A downer shot. That doesn't sound politically correct.
A top down, an eagle eye, bird's eye.
So, I guess I can say this. Who's in chat? So there was a politician in Australia called Alexander Downer. So on the comedy skits, they call him Alexander Bummer, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh dear.
So everything else is. Hang on, where's the ridge gone? Where is the ridge? Maybe it's in the. Oh, what's going on over here? Are they like marking out over here? Oh, maybe not. Maybe just the way they've set things down. Hey, Richie,
Are you
Richie.
frozen something?
Oh, sorry.
Because we don't.
What am I showing?
I just zoomed in. Wide shot of Sanchez.
Oh.
It was zoomed in
Don't
on the
mind
corner.
me.
That's right. We couldn't see it.
Okay, sorry. Where's the ridge cap gone?
Okay, we've got
And
two
is that
flame bucket manifolds now.
Oh, yeah, that's what they are, yeah. Looks like something's marked out over there, but I'm not sure if it is or if that's just the way they've set things down.
It does look.
But yeah, the ridge is gone. And we got are they the main skids? That one looks like it.
Yeah,
For
GSC bunker.
The main locks. Yeah, the main locks or low methane skid for the. Oh, and that's the parts for the second one over. Okay. So these aren't assembled. These are being assembled on site with the bits and pieces rather than. I thought the skids were all made at Roberts Road or somewhere else, and then come here complete, which they normally do come here complete. Anyway, this is the rest of the gear that's actually probably the output of this one to kick it up over that way, because they come up and go up, remember, in the old bunker?
Yeah.
And then go into the... So this one, let me quickly look. So this one is... Spin it, hang on. This is the LOX one. The methane one is the other way around. It's the right-hand side that goes into the launch mount. So this one here goes into the launch mount on this side. So this is not the methane one. Because, you know, the way that is, that'll exit away from the camera out here. Up high, it'll come up and then towards the launch mount. So there's still another one of these parts, which will be a mirror for that one. So they can, because if we're looking at from the GSC bunker towards the launch mount behind and a tower behind again, comes up out of the ground and goes into the launch mount. This one will be spun the other way around, and it has to go in and has to come back this way once it's spun 180 degrees to go into the launch mount, which is probably confusing, but anyway, that's what's going on. Still no ridge cap.
No.
Hey, Steph, can you show the last picture real quick?
The last picture.
Yep. It's the after the shot. There was a question in chat regarding if there was any debris we could see. We can't really, but we just show real quick.
Oh, there's an what? One of these photos?
The last one he posted. Yeah, just scroll down. Yep.
Oh, awesome. Everything's draining now. Yeah. Hey, are they sub chilling on the locks on drain? Is that what's going on there, or is that just venting excess from the pipes? So this is after.
Yeah, I have no idea where the LOX drain pipe is. I'd have to go look.
So these are almost, they might be draining the, so basically to drain, they don't use the pumps or the sub chillers. They just run straight back into the tanks using either gravity or they can use a bit of ullage pressure to push it. Because it's all basically in the same pressure. And it doesn't really matter how long it takes to drain. So this might just be draining all the LOX pump and all the hippos system might be boiling off here. Could even just be the hippos finishing boiling off from the fill. That's an Alex question. And this is venting from the water deluge, venting the high pressure nitrogen, high pressure liquid. Oh, you can see the liquid nitrogen still frozen. So it goes into the gas generators. So there's all this liquid nitrogen in these lines they're venting out here. So those vents are type of vents that allow liquid to be boiled off easier. Which I think is what's going on over here with methane too. So this is all the methane pump stuff still frosty from fueling up the ship. Debris, no, the wall didn't really get much of a... You mean engine debris? Okay.
Yeah, they were trying to go with in the trench or something like that. And I was like, I don't think we would have. We do have a different shot. Well, he hadn't posted one. We'll have to wait for a different image, but I didn't see much. It's just water down there. There's no big dents in the pipes that we could see or anything else like that. So. Hey, your building is still standing, I see.
Dang.
I would hope so after just that.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been through a 20-second, 25-second static fire, so.
But I don't think you'd see much anyway. I guess there's heaps of water down there.
Well, if there
Didn't
was an
quite-
engine that exploded, we would see some shrapnel debris on the pipes and stuff like that. So I don't think any of that like that happened. I think it was just a sensor and it turned off. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! They put cladding where now? That's weird on the tower. Look at that.
Underneath the
yeah.
bunker, yeah. The extension.
Oh, we saw that. We saw that in our last. No, we saw that on one of the videos in the chats. Yeah, don't think we had it in our last flyover.
Oh, that's right. I'm like a week behind because I missed it. Okay. Yeah.
Is that hydraulic power unit protection?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
It wasn't in the flyover. It wasn't in the last flyover.
We'll go that. I'm not crazy.
The HPU protection.
That doesn't mean you're not crazy. You wish. We're all crazy in some kind of way, I'm sure. I'm convinced, actually. We're all kind of got our own little bit of crazy going on.
Yeah, I was going to change my name to Crazy Dudes, but I just thought Event Dudes is fine, so.
So it appears these racks over here are to store or to weld deluge pipes together on. They seem to be welding them here on the concrete, then storing them on these racks.
They had a trench, I'm going to say platforms, on when they did it for the deluge for the other one. I don't know if that's that or these or whatever, but they for sure are working well for welding, though, because you have their elevator there.
No, they're welding them here. No, but that'd be right. And I think that's the right amount of pipes. A big one for the buckets, a smaller one for the ridge, another one for the top plate, and a spare. That's the run. They're actually pre-assembling the runs as well on there. And this will be one of the shorter runs for one of the, like where it goes left and right. And this one here is the normal length ones. So they'll be much longer on these. So they'll be able to just lift these straight into the trench, all ready to go. So they're pre-assembling like everything. I wonder in the future when they do a launch pad with, these will be trucked in, already assembled. Like, I mean, these could go on a long truck, already assembled like that. These could go on a truck, I'm sure.
What?
Or maybe they're a little bit wide.
You're a little wide. That'd be an interesting truck ride going down.
On the same token, it didn't take long really to assemble that on site. No, this I guess. Yeah, coming like a whole launch site coming like a flat pack like an IKEA.
That roof could be easily upended because wind force on a surface area is a large amount of force. I'm curious about that.
Maybe these moved, you mean?
No. The whole thing could flip if a plume hit that just right. There's so much surface area there. It could easily just lift that and push it.
A shockwave, yeah, could possibly bump it over with a. So there's not a lot of wind per se, but the shockwaves are a lot of air. Like the amplitude's quite big. There's a lot of air, yeah, moving backwards and forwards. The actual wind is not, like a lot of that's dissipated. And it's sort of isolated out this way.
I mean, when the rocket lifts off.
Oh, once it's, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
once
yeah,
it
yeah.
plumes up here somewhere,
Yeah. The 400 or 500 foot plume, yeah.
Yeah, I keep
The
forgetting
thing
that.
that took out your building, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, certainly can do something over here. I'm wondering whether it actually blew those couple of things around anyway.
I was going to say we'd have to see. Because there was a 20-second static fire, so we would know between the last flight and this picture.
Oh, that's pre-ignition. So.
Okay, yeah, we're safe then.
And again, pre-ignition.
Looks super clean with all the water.
So a few things you have in the background. Oh, now I don't have my photos thing up. In the background, obviously, that two of these have been lifted into place. Over that side, we can maybe just see them in through there. There's probably a heap of other photos still coming through. Actually, I'll look at that.
I don't know
On
that
that
he's
side.
processing them. He's probably driving or at the airport or something.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of vapor clouds on lots of these photos.
Well, you're planning to stop the stream and to do something later? What's your plan here?
I don't know.
Okay, that sounds
Just
good.
winging it.
Well, I
I'm
feel
just
that.
what time is it? 7 p.m. So for Mauricio to go home and process everything, that's 7 o'clock. 7, 8, 9. I won't be ready till 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah. I guess I was waiting for an official like closure or rollback or something for them to make a move, and then we would know kind of easier.
We could possibly, being Saturday, tomorrow, we could see if we could do a live stream tomorrow on the launch as well. But it doesn't sound like, or Elon, it doesn't. I'm confused. Yeah, once we find out for sure there's a launch tomorrow or not, if it is a launch tomorrow, we could start early and do a bit of show and tell then with the high res at the earliest. I wouldn't expect Mauricio to get home and get everything ready and then start a live stream at 10 o'clock tonight. I think that's getting a bit late. So we'll squeeze a show and tell in no matter what tomorrow, whether it's before the launch or even after the launch. And then we might still do a live stream on Sunday yet.
Tomorrow's
Or
Friday.
Saturday. Tomorrow's
I
Friday,
know it's
by the way.
yeah. Well, it's Friday.
Yeah.
The local time to the thing of elements that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I understand you are already in the future, so
I'll just start again. So Friday, yeah. So if there's a launch tomorrow, we'll maybe do a show and tell before the launch or after the launch on Friday. And then Saturday, there may be a live stream on Saturday for the normal live stream, weekend show. Depends what they do with their launching. A few days sounds like Monday to me for the launch.
exactly. Yeah.
So I'll keep it at that. We'll do a show and tell for these photos after the launch tomorrow. And because I think before the launch, people may still be at work, getting home from work to watch the launch. So it's really up to all the Patreon members, actually, if they can be around Friday. So what time of day, what time is the launch today?
In theory, 5:45 local.
So there's even time during the launch to do a bit. Because then by the time splashdown, that's like an hour later. It's like sort of 6, 7. Yeah, we can fit it in after the launch. So if it flies tomorrow, we'll do a show and tell after the launch on Friday. If it doesn't launch, we'll do a show and tell Friday afternoon anyway, after work for everyone over there. And then I'm not sure about the weekend stream yet, depending on what happens with the launch and everything. If the launch is tomorrow, there will be a live stream, more than likely Saturday lunchtime, American time. Okay. So there's your plans. Clear as mud. You're not even looking at the screen. I'm looking at it again.
Sounds good.
Cool. So in my so what else? So Sanchez, we'll quickly so launch site. Let me just finalize launch site. We're going to see some changes across the front here. We may see, looks like they may have buried everything over here. We may see some changes over the back there. Over here, we've seen a few things change here already. There'll be some finer details, whether that face hug is still there, whether that the claw's still there. Obviously, some of that's moved. Nothing much. A little bit of work on this corner. We'll do for the launch. Build site. So we go backwards. Might as well keep going backwards. We know that the ship cryo stand is back. Oh, that's the ship transport stand. Is that the one that moved the ship? Yeah, and that's the booster transport. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's the ship cryo stand, I think.
Update from Elon. To be confident of a good flight, 2 Raptors will be removed and replaced. Most probable launch timing is early next week.
Gotcha. So expect a destack and expect this. Yeah, right. Cool.
Transport stands are at the roadblock, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Looks
So
like
these,
it.
okay, cool.
Well, that answers that question.
It does. Okay, so we'll do a show and tell tomorrow afternoon for sure. And then more than likely there'll be a live stream on Saturday with these photos.
I am
And
relieved they did not show 37.
okay. Would be right. Oh, and then there's those photos. Maybe we can use them in tomorrow's show and tell at least anyway. We
Well,
might have been playing. Are they ready?
No. Well, no. Define ready.
Are they ready for me to download to do a show and tell with?
Probably
Be
not.
brave. Be brave.
So I have done just a generic thingamajig, but nothing of value. So
They finished all the steps there. Yeah, that was clear as mud.
yeah, I've done a super auto photoshopping and a denoise basically, which that was all.
Gotcha.
The actual processing of a lot more in detail is still being done, you know. That's what I was like,
just a
define
crude
done.
one.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly would work, but
Yeah.
it's still not, you know.
You maybe could even start with like, just 50 or a couple of hundred rather than doing the whole lot too.
Oh, I've seen. Oh, I need to check that too, by the way. I have to delete a few because they're non-qualifying.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got repeats too.
Oh, yes.
Realize, yeah. So that's moving ahead with the steel. That crane's up. That moved. That's up from last week. None of this equipment to lift these bridge cranes in here yet. I don't know. I reckon we may see these get lifted up before the roof gets put on, just quietly. May not, but I mean, probably not, but we just may see these bridge cranes get put in before the roof gets put on. So no trusses yet. None of these edge trusses have been put on yet. So they're building. So see, this is a edge truss here, truss section and end. So these ones are just the triangle part. So the main truss will start underneath here. And we saw that in last week's photos. Hang on. I'll just bring that up actually. So in last week's photo, we noticed that the main trusses extend longer underneath. So the top part of the truss will bolt here, and the bottom part of the truss will bolt back here. And so these ones on this side are only this long with just that. I'll call that triangle, I guess. Whereas these ones for this side are longer. They're a section plus that triangle bit. Here's some of the shorter ones here. So these ones will sit on this side. So there'll be a section first, then it'll stick out. And that's how these then look pretty well line up exactly. I mean, at this altitude, that's a pretty good reference actually. So these longer trusses, end trusses will be in here to match. Because that has to be moved back a little bit. I have to bolt in up here. All right, I've just got to slip away from the screen just for a second.
I'm gonna just throw a guess that the horse must have gotten back in the house, but yeah, should be some exciting stuff here coming up real soon of KSC. They did show off a bunch of stuff, which is really nice. The Gigabay, the interior, as well as some older shots of the rollout for the tower segments, which is nice too. So
Yeah, I might go through that video in a second. That's enough for build site. Now, Sanchez, let's look at some work stands. So I did notice they built this thing, shiny. Let's see if I get another angle. So over there, quickly, this photo. So when they build this thing, yeah, you can sort of, I guess we can sort of see it here, that there's long arcs and short arcs, and that's to suit the new ship asymmetrical clamping system. So this week, I'll try and find a better shot. Let me see. We need that other angle back that way a little bit. I think it's all rockets down that end. One of these might do. Oh, that one's even worse. Oh, the raising platform's finished. So I guess this will have to do. It looks like the raised platform's finished. They've used. So what is going on here? They're the shorter ones. They've used a stack of these. Is there three? Hang on. One. Is there four shorter ones and two long ones? Yeah, must be. Yeah. Okay. So they put in three of these shorter ones, and they put in two of these longer ones. Yeah, there's some of the longer ones are missing from the front there. Okay, so let me just look at the ship transport stand again. Two long sections. I thought it was four long sections, two short sections. That doesn't tell me. I hate it when I forget little details like that. There was one shot last week. That I can't find, of course. Anyway, it doesn't matter so much. Okay, Sanchez, that's good. The other end, so we looked at, let's have a look at scrapyard. Gone turntables, gone tables. This last week, this pump, they had a heap of pumps set up. I didn't talk about it in the show and tell all the I don't know whether I talked about it in the live stream or not. I didn't hear this week's live stream. But yeah, they had a heap of pumps set up. Pumping something. No, pumping, I think there's a better shot of that. This one here. They were pumping, see, out of that tank too, maybe pumping out a solids tank. They had this funny looking pumpy thing the week before, actually. Plumbed into that, and coming out into this drain hole here. This one here is draining something into that drain hole. I have no idea what they're doing here. That'd have to be treated. I couldn't imagine that's clean water coming out of there. I don't know whether they're pumping into the well or not. Doesn't seem to be anything. There's some kind of tank in here, I think, they might be accessing. I think there's a tank down there of some sort, or another wellhead. Really not sure what's going on there at all. Have to pull 2 engines, yeah. Oh, they showed them, yeah, they showed them raising a bridge crane. Yeah, so I've got a photo of that. We have a photo of that too from someone on X.
Yeah.
With it already raised, with it all raised. But yeah, it was nice to see him actually, yeah, raising it. Nice system, wow. So many systems around to lift massive big objects, and not only is it massive, but it had to be lifted quite high. 400 feet or something silly. Okay, Sanchez, scrapyard. Oh, that thing's gone next to that thing.
400 feet, where are we? Cliffs of Dover.
There was a thing on a rack thing. Let's try and see if it's actually in there. It doesn't look like it. Let me see. Oh, dear goodness. Let me just refresh in case there's more pictures. No, Google's been really slow the last couple of days. My internet's normal speed, but Google and online apps through Chrome have been incredibly slow the last couple of days.
Know what to do with World War III now?
Don't say that word 3 times in a row. We might be in trouble.
Oh, I'm quite aware of that.
No, its actuator's still down there. So I don't know what that thing was. It wasn't obviously what we thought it might have been. Well, we're only guessing. Wild guess that it was anything to do with that. It seems to have gone. Okay, so that's pretty well. Sanchez. I still didn't see that ridge. So, I mean, 37A needs 1 ridge. So I was that sort of gave us a good reason why that one had gone missing. Oh, they've moved that other workstation inside of the factory already. Oh, unless it's over the rocket, unless it's over in the rocket garden like the other one is. Let me see. No, there's been that one there for ages. No. Okay, so that's kind of it was different. It had the one of the layers. It had two levels the same, and then one level smaller. I keep losing my photos. See, the bottom two are the same size because we've seen one before, but the second level was slightly smaller, I'm sure, and the third one was smaller again. But this one's like got two the same, and then a smaller one on top. So it's possibly something to do with nose cone again. But it's gone now. I've got to click close the windows or I end up with 6,000 windows open. Okay, Sanchez. Oh, sorry.
Those gray tanks are the small, like pressurized tanks for the booster ship. You see what I'm saying?
No, what? Wait, what?
The gray tanks of the next to the booster ship, are those the small pressurization tanks?
These two?
The gray ones. Below that.
Ah. Okay. No, as far as I know, these are liquid nitrogen tanks that have a vaporizer in them and take pressurized nitrogen to all these boxes, and that's what pressurizes the vehicles. I'm not sure about the grey ones.
They're the right height for the 5 tanks that are at the port. I was kind of curious. I'll look that up later, but it's kind of interesting.
Hang on. I've actually noticed those grey tanks.
The WAF stands moved from there.
Oh, they're vaporizers.
Ah,
Funny.
they're vaporizers, yeah.
Mystery solved.
You are crazy.
They look
Yeah,
like
they're the
tanks. So.
yeah, they're the vaporizers too. Yeah, okay. God, you had me going then too, big time. All right.
No, they look round there. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that definitely, it's obviously a low res picture, but so.
Hey, if that's the worst thing I've ever gotten wrong, I'd be laughing. Okay, launch site. Okay, well, let's have a look at that. Let me see if I can bring it up. That SpaceX footage is just where they showed stuff. Just quickly. I mean, are we likely to see the same thing next time?
I would think so. They've repeated in the past, so I don't know what else they'd be showing. In fact, they just repeated their own video this time, too. They didn't have anything.
Oh, is this the amount of people that were watching? Is it this grey bar?
Yeah, it's sort of like YouTube. It's supposed to show the most watched.
That was a funny day. This is the old launch pad.
Yeah, this is just a collage of a bunch of old stuff put together with new stuff.
I got a flash of Hopper. This is the old tower. No, this is the new tower. How suborbital days. An 80-ton crane. Hang on, is this the Starlink loader? Not sure. That looks like the load spreader for the Starlink loader. Oh, that is. That's 39. Yep. And the Starlink loader. Yep. So that's 39, 40, and 41. Yeah, we've seen this bit of video before. Num num. See him eating them all up. You could see in that aerial how the horizon was moving around. You could actually see from the booster's perspective that it was spinning 90 degrees out of whack. It was flipping 90 degrees wrong. Well, I like the way the Raptor engines can. Oh, we've got noise on. How the Raptor engines can gimbal so far, and how in the booster it uses such large gimbaling when they actually land. Oh, so this is live again now. Not sure what we're going to see here. Oh, we didn't get the boy crew again this time. Oh, that was in the documentary, sorry.
As far as I know, they just barely made it out there like 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago.
I can see it spinning wrong there too. Yeah, they were, I heard they were a couple of days ago. People were speculating whether they were actually even going to be out there or not because they hadn't launched yet from Exmouth, Australia. So what's going on? So we should have some engines running already. So this is ship's engines running here, and it looks like that one's not running, or maybe just. So it's pushing the boost. You can still tell here too. The booster's going, in the same line as the horizon down here. And it should be going down towards the sky. Hang on, up towards the sky. So I think that's the sky up there. Horizon. I mean, atmosphere, and then horizons. I think that's the ground horizon down there. Is that a star? Yeah, but anyway, it shouldn't be going sideways anyway. Oh, this engine is running. Yeah. Yeah, so it should be going this way. So that means, I suppose it would look at a bit of interaction here with the grid pin. Because the extra strengthening is on, this side of the booster, and yet it got blasted on this side of the booster. I wonder if that did any damage to the methane tank. You wouldn't think so.
No, I mean, it survived all the way back to boost back.
Yeah. And again, you can sort of see it's sort of spinning the wrong way. We should be seeing this. We should be seeing straight planet Earth in this photo. Oh, the bells are moving, man. Check that out. Wow. Hang on a minute. This is a booster. Is this on the way up or the way down?
Down. The
Down,
landing
okay.
zone is where your mouse is right now.
Yeah. So it did a roll on its way down.
We didn't see this shot before. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, love
We
that
saw
shot.
this.
Looking up.
Kaboom. There's the ascent. So talking all about Flight 4. I mean, Flight 12. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, some of the new shots, yeah.
That's all old.
Yeah. It's hard to tell when I'm going to see a new shot come in.
Only saw a couple.
Cam.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Only saw a couple new shots. I was surprised they didn't have the other ones, or maybe they didn't want to release them.
Yeah, I don't know how planned that road. I don't know how. I don't think that landing was as pretty as it was supposed to be. I think that landing was.
So, trying to give them credit that they were trying to do a full circle just in case every camera could see the TPS tile before it splashed down is the only thing I'm trying to give them credit for on that. Plus the fact that, remember, they were down to 2 instead of the 3 engine from the original programming.
Yeah, but I mean, it's supposed it can handle. The software is designed for the actual flip and landing. The 3 engines is designed. Well, it's supposed to flip on 3 and land on 1, but it's designed also to flick over 2, but to get an engine failure, it changes over to 2 engines on flip and 2 engines for landing. They did that on ship 15 to get rid of that problem. That was solved in in SN 15. But the way it's so wonky still, it just doesn't seem right.
Well, they're not doing the hover thing like they did for the booster on one of those, so it's kind of tough to say.
Can you just full screen that, Steph?
Am I not full screen yet?
I don't think so.
That's probably through my OBS thing. What have I done to use?
It's just cropped a little bit to the top right.
I see. All right. I did that. I know why that is. 1 sec. I can fix that.
Thank you.
Is that better?
Yeah, that'll do. I think.
Yeah. I know what you say, but I know they're not doing the hover for the catch, but this landing is supposed to simulate a catch, is it not?
Well, my point was they did only for the booster. They did kind of a similar thing. They only did one that I remember, the hover and then slam down. Ship, they've always done this little thingamajig. If it's a pirouette or if it's a roll or if it's just a whatever it is on the end. I'm not sure where they're establishing where it stops. Is it there? Is it the next frame? Is it supposed to be where the ocean is? I'm not sure where their technical 0 point is.
I see. Yeah.
But we also saw in this flight them do a 270-degree roll when they could have just done a 90 or whatever. So I don't know.
It was like a pirouette for the cameras, maybe, for the heat shield.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it was just out of control because again, they was doing 2 and not the 3 or something like that. So
Look, it even has an engine out. That left-hand engine that gimbals way out wildly, which a lot of people think that's inducing the roll, it flames out soon after it straight away. As soon as it does that off gimbal, then it flames out. You are just closer. The one that gimbals out here, it flames out straight away. It's like, and now it's trying to recover from that. It's like they had a flame out at the very last minute again, like back down to one engine.
My thought was their
So
plan was to get it in the right spot. I don't think they were trying for the perfect landing, but their goal was to get it in the right spot and get that spin in so all the cameras can get the TPS. That's kind of how I had thought it. But yeah, maybe they were trying for a simulated landing, and because of the engines going out, that's what they got. But I thought that just making sure they hit the right spot shows that they have control in the air, and then spinning shows off the tiles to the camera so they can get some data on it.
Oh, I see. I was looking at the wrong screen too. Sorry, Kiwi. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'd be really interested to hear the flight computer guys' take on all that. Oh, this is the documentary now, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a bit lazy using the documentary footage for the pre-show.
Use the A-roll as some B-roll.
Just out the lube.
I reckon. Didn't they let? Sorry, I'll leave that one right alone.
Yeah, I'll stop too.
2-for-1 special at Home Depot, was it? On cans.
You're a naughty man, Todd. Oh, that's a good shot. I suppose you've seen it before, but it's a really good shot of that system.
The guy spraying those kind of reminds me of those meme videos where they got the mechanic spraying brake clean that he bought versus the mechanic spraying brake clean that the shop bought, and just busting out the bottles and just spraying it like crazy versus little spurts here and there when it's their money.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Absolutely. Gee, it really got off the ground quicker, didn't it, this one? It's flying heaps faster already. Like it's got a length on it already in the first few seconds.
I'd like to see how quick the ship could do it on its own.
We saw that on the suborbitals. It depends how much fuel they put in. If the ship can't take off by itself with its tanks full of fuel, its thrust isn't. It doesn't have enough thrust. I might just 1,400 tons. It weighs about 1,500 tons, so that's 6 times 280. $1,600. I might just get off the ground. So it must have, because not all second stages have a thrust ratio greater than 1. They don't need to. Once they're up in space and they're going horizontal, they don't need to go up anymore. It's more about going. By the time stage separation comes in, the vector's gone a fair way towards the horizontal, so they don't need as much. The vertical vector is a lot less now, so they don't need 1-to-1 ratio to continue to climb because as soon as you start angling over in flight, your vertical vector gets smaller and smaller, which is where when you're like this on the ground, it's all vertical vector, and that's where the massive thrust to weight ratio of the booster is important, and not so important with the ship once you get up on the side. Vectors, my friend, vectors. They're an interesting subject.
So I was going
Nice.
to but never mind.
So where's all these extra shots of inside? There's what's her name? Tyler. So These are amazing. Oh, she had a boy's name. I mean, a unisex name. One terabit
That's crazy.
per satellite. Well, I thought it was terabit for a communication device, but I mean, there's tens of thousands of them up there. So I guess they've got aren't they going for 40,000? Around 10,000 S. They got like 10,000 terabits going up and down now, or going up anyway.
Well, if you listen to it, it become very clear.
I don't want to hear their babble again. I like the laser. The laser reminds me of moving away from copper telephone lines to fiber optic, internet connections, going from RF radio to laser. It's sort of like jumping from copper to fiber optic in my mind.
Yeah.
It's just you got to be incredibly accurate with it, which obviously they are. And it's very predictable though. The orbital paths are. I was going to try and pick a nose then. The orbital paths are, very stable. It's a very stable environment to point something very.
I suppose
Very
they'll need it to interconnect with the moon's Starlink version too, like the intergalactic roam or whatever they called it.
Link.
Intergalactic roam.
Yeah, laser
Nice
links
shot
from
of
the
a
moon.
new satellite. So in among there's that must be. I guess that's the solar array stacked in there. Gee, they do well to stack it all into such a small. I mean, it's not that small, but in such a small footprint to get all of the massive big solar panels. There's quite a lot on these. I've got an idea this detail looks a little bit different to the dummy satellites too. I mean, obviously all this is different. And they're more fully square this time rather than like the other ones sort of weren't completely rectangle, the dummy ones. Right, now I can pick a nose.
Do not pick her nose. Give up.
New version
Yeah, it's one of them
Starlink.
sitting on my. Yeah, it's one of the. Oh yeah. New dish. I hope it's cheaper. I've still got this one sitting on my roof.
I want them to come out with the Roam V5 or something better for the Roam. I was just about to buy one, but figured I'm gonna wait. And now they got something bigger coming, or not bigger, better.
It's always going to be like that. Through our technology, I've tended to stay, a couple of years behind technology because they're always bringing out new stuff. If you buy brand new stuff, it changes so quick. Oh, I missed this bit. What are they talking about there?
AI, I think. Integrated sats. Server integration.
Because we plan to deploy up to 1 million AI satellites, and those are going to function as orbital data centers.
They're like a 3U rack mount, basically, and then the servers just slide into that universal bus.
Moving data centers to space has
Down there.
Yeah.
some pretty immediate advantage.
So, solar array. What? There's another solar. Is that another solar array? What?
That's probably heat rejection.
Heat radiators.
Yeah. Not facing the sun. As long as you don't face the sun, you can dissipate heat in the colder space.
Over building them here on Earth.
Space is weird how it's so hot and so cold at the same time.
Well, it's neither, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
near constant solar energy. I mean,
Depends if you're
the
an
As,
fact
object or
as
not.
Alex would say.
becomes the only way to scale if AI continues to grow at the pace that it is, especially when you contrast it
Well, there's no
with
such
all
thing
the
as cold. It's
challenges
just a
we
lack
see
of
here
heat
on
energy.
Earth. Within about 2 to 3 years, we believe space-based AI compute will become the lowest cost option as launch costs drop and Earth-based power constraints grow. So it's going to just
But I think he
transform
takes it a
how
step
our
further
planet
with the
powers AI.
no hot
And
and
to
cold in
unlock all of
space.
that,
It's
to get
fine.
to our third
True.
limiting
What it says is
factor,
true.
we need to make significantly more chips, and we got to do it fast. And that's where we're going with Terafab. This is going to be the most epic.
Have you all heard of
chip
Terafab before?
ever. And we
Yep.
say epic.
Oh
You
yeah,
just
they had a
look at
whole
the
thing on it.
scale of this
There's a whole
thing.
video on it, and they just
That's
released the
the size of the Tesla
TCEQ for it.
Gigafactory, about 10 million square feet. We need to think bigger. We're looking at about 100 million square feet.
Where is it going to be? At Florida?
Talking 10 gigafactories
Bryan,
worth of
Texas.
space.
College
It
Station.
all sounds a bit fantastical, a bit out there, but all of this together represents a step
Is that for
towards
ships or
becoming
for
a galactic
satellites?
civilization, harnessing more power from our nearest star, supporting the reality shifting AI applications that are a galactic gigafactories worth of space. It all sounds a bit fantastical.
A semiconductor.
Ever
Yeah.
transform how our
This should be
planet
the
powers AI. And to unlock all of that, we get to our
the chip making.
Chip manufacturing, yeah.
significantly more chips.
Oh, chip. I thought you were saying ship.
That's
Okay.
where
Cool.
we're going with Terafab. This is going to be the most epic chip building effort ever.
There you go.
Oh, he's saying chip. Yeah, I thought he was saying ship.
Chip. Other words that rhyme with that. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, full self-drive
chip,
Optimus
chip.
and SpaceX AI.
So, being a futurist, so in the near future, like say jobs like I've done in the past, whatever, like he was doing at the moment out in the work field, you sit at home in your comfy lounge chair with your VR glasses on and your AI chip implanted in your brain, and you send your robot out to do your physical work for the day, get paid for it, and just use a robot to do all your outside work. We are going to be so unfit. Yay, best place in the world. I looked, I forgot New Zealand again. Oh, I might not quite be there yet. It's a running joke how many times maps are missing New Zealand.
They've got Tasmania. You're lucky.
Yeah, Tassie too, yeah. Water landing. Yeah, I'm thinking 0, yeah, is it like the actual catch position is within like a metre or two off the water. They'd have some, I'm not sure about that now. There'd be some interference with the plume and the chip with the water that they wouldn't get on a landing on the tower, I'd imagine. That seems like a massive factory to make chips.
Oh yeah, huge.
Yep.
So there's a massive shortage of chips worldwide right now, isn't there? Right now, there's a big shortage worldwide.
Well, it's not a shortage. They're just using them all.
Yeah, shortage of supply, maybe.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yes, and that's effectively why everything, as far as your compute for GPU or your memory for GPU or anything else for that matter, is way high priced.
Yeah, I noticed that. Just trying to buy a solid-state hard drive. It's like 4 times the price it was 12 months ago.
Yep.
I was going, oh, that's okay. I'll just go and buy another solid hard drive. And someone said, "Have you seen the prices lately?" I go, "What?"
I saw that picture and I was like, wait, they have they have their own pictures. That's right. I was like, that's them.
Ah, I see. You were going for a copyright.
No, it was like, wait a minute, hold on.
So they've stacked module 7 now, yeah? It was lifted, yeah?
They, as far as I know, they destacked 6, which is what I have, I believe, and then they restacked it. I don't know if they got to 7 yet. To be fair,
Somewhere I read this morning they're picking up 6. I mean 7. So this is Gigabay.
oh, that's neat. That's
Uh,
the shot of 37 with the crane. Nice. Yeah, that's the base, and that's the first section. That's like 4 sections. That's nice.
Wait, where?
Oh,
over
sorry.
there.
Oh, hold on. I'm on the YouTube. My bad. I was behind 20 seconds, or whatever the YouTube thing is.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I was commenting on 37. When the picture was underneath, they were showing the crane lifting of the sections. That was 37. Yeah, it was all 37. Yep.
Yeah. That's module 1 going up.
Yeah, they're showing the actual stack of module 1. Yep. And then they show like 4 or 5 modules. I didn't count that many, but
Yeah. There's module 1 getting placed down. Man, 37's flying ahead. It seems to be, yeah, there's more
yeah.
of it. They seem to be going, I don't know whether it's just because I'm getting older, but they seem to be going faster on 37.
New Gigabay shots was real nice.
Well, they've got the design pretty much down now, I think, so. And they got more room to stage everything at the actual pad, so I think it's just a matter of having everything accessible.
And also the cruise, this is their, I guess it's only the second time, because 37's not a good metric really. 39, sorry, it's not a good metric really, 39A, because it's like another, mismatch. But pad 2 and 37 are sort of the first of the scratch built new, what do they call them? IKEA launch pads. So there was a bit of talk in chat how it's an all-male crew, but I mean, get over it.
I mean, I would see it being a bigger talk if it was the actual mission.
Well, I think it's just more about availability than anything else. I mean, there's a lot more male astronauts in astronaut training than female
I'm laughing
astronauts.
if the
So,
next one's all female.
oh no, then they'll do that whole Kate Perry
Yeah.
thing again. That was just
Oh, man.
ridiculous.
That's funny. We'll see. We'll see.
The feedback from that New Shepard flight was just ridiculous. People wouldn't even believe that that thing up and down, straight up and down. I mean, come on, it's an easy thing to do. Far out. You don't even have to go near the firmament or anything. What the hell? People are asking about Orion, isn't it, being bolted to the side, but I think it's physically impossible to bolt a dock to the side of a Starship and fire up 6 engines for the burn towards Mars or the Moon.
Yeah, I think the confusion or the understanding was we saw a nose cone with a pipe or flange out of it, and that's, I think, where people got that idea from. But I'm pretty sure this was always the plan since they announced that they're going to use Starship in theory to push it to the low lunar orbit.
I guess the docking adapter on the side would be pretty, because it needs to be such a large diameter and it need to be flat. And it would be quite a strange looking. It needs strange aerofoils around the.
Well, I think the side loading would be impossible. As soon as you fire the engines up, sitting out here, you're not going to be able to. It'd have to be a really strong dock to handle the acceleration.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's all the load's all the way straight through. It's
Axial,
symmetrical.
yeah.
That's quite comical to think there'd be a dock on the side, to be honest. I thought that was pretty simple logic. Anyway, maybe not.
I'm pretty sure I, discussed this about 5-6 years ago in Lab Padre.
Just with a shuttle, I suppose the docking umbilical came out of the hat of the large opening bay, didn't it? So on this, there's no opening bay. You've just got the front of that.
Yeah, but there's no satellite sitting on it when they do like on the side. There's nothing attached to it. You could do the same thing in here. You could have to dock to the ISS, you could have a docking port on the side for that. Sure, you could.
Yep.
The only reason I'm saying it has to be there is because they have to run the engines to lunar insertion burn, which means you can't have anything hanging off the side of it. Sure, it could dock in orbit, it could dock to a space station off the side, no worries, absolutely. But you wouldn't be able to push the space station with it, say, for instance.
Also, weren't they testing some kind of ullage gas engine recently too?
I'm not sure.
Yes, that was the theory of well, there's a couple theories. The idea being that it's a simplistical kind of a gas generator scenario. One for, I guess, in theory, landing, and then two, the other theory that was proposed was this idea of creating extra gas because I don't know why you couldn't do this with just basic heaters, but for some reason you would do this via a motor instead.
Like 50 people still on YouTube, and there's only like 5 of us here in Discord at the moment. Well, I'm happy to let this YouTube have a bit longer. I don't know. We're nearly done here. A minute to go, yeah, they won't show anything else. Yes, anyway, that was a bit disappointing they didn't get to launch. Look, everything's chilled, everything's looking good. So it's 4 of these engines in here somewhere. Two, then one, then 2. I'm not sure which way we're orientated here. I think this side, like those 2, that one went, and then these 2, something like that. Or vice versa. 1 minute.
Funny enough, this camera makes the gantry GSE bunker actually look good. Like it's dark with the hoods and it's a darker stainless steel, but the other camera's bright.
It kind of matches the actual OLM angles too nicely in this shot. Like it almost disappears.
OLM vent or OLM gantry vent. It's kind of nice. No, sorry, I meant the GSE that was on the side of it. It's just for a second.
I noticed it's just okay.
Down below on the on the side of the edge of it with this couple of vents. I assume for a CH4 side or something they're venting off there.
Yeah, it is the manifold. This CH4 side.
I noticed straight after I bought booster started venting heavily up here.
Yeah, depress. They press for launch and then depress if they're going to abort. Yeah, this camera is like, oh no, we're back to bright whiteness, and that's gray tone doors and everything.
Big guess that's locks coming out here. Nothing coming out here. Nothing really coming out here.
Oh yeah, didn't ignite either.
That was more like a sneeze than anything else, wasn't it?
Yeah. Backfire.
Yeah, gluttons for punishment. Okay, is that it?
All the stuff in the deluge farm venting instantly. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, the abort procedure must just tell all the valves to open, dump the deluge, and vent down.
There's the weird vent to start the water deluge. And we'll get the Abort. And there goes that vent, there goes that vent.
Yeah. Deluge farm just opens up.
So they don't vent the weir as well, they just vent the over here too. They just vent the high pressure manifold. So at this point, those gas generators would have shut down, and then these vents open up. I thought in the past we saw these vent as well. It mustn't. And then also straight away they're depressing the nitrogen, liquid nitrogen line. At least one of them. Those other ones should be going too. And also straight away over here, I think we're already seeing stuff over here too, I think. Oh no, there's a bit going on over here. So let's close that. Ah, that'll be closed out. Maybe it close. It'll close out be 20 seconds before launch. So they've actually, I thought close out was like within a couple of seconds of launch. Water deluge go. Engines go. I know it's much the same. Might have increased now.
Yeah, other than that, I'm not seeing much that's changed.
I think it increased a little bit. Then that went. One of our photos, there's boosters venting. Man, that's a lot of cryo liquid just sitting there, having to put back in the tanks now. So I wonder if only 2 engines failed, would it have taken off? You reckon? I reckon it would have. Well, I'm 80% sure it would have.
It's hard to say, I guess, if it's pad side, it might tell them it wants all of them going, but anything after anything after it leaves might be okay.
Engines not starting should not be anything to do with pad side these days. That's all. Oh, maybe they, I could be wrong there. They may still start them on GSC pressure. Actually, yeah, it could be, but though they're not individuals, so if a 4 did not start, if all the rest started, that means ground side was working, because there's not individual ground start, manifolds, ground side, and all those manifolds are vehicle side. So those 4 not starting, unless there was a drop in pressure, but that's funny, just 4 should not start like that. Now, there was something else on the vehicle side, I think. And it was funny, the pattern of them too, how they were just those 2 pairs of 2. It almost doesn't seem random.
I just mean like in the feedback loop, yeah. Like, it's constantly, like right before it commits to launch, it's going to poll basically everything and ask if it's okay. And I guess if 4 of them aren't going, then it's going to obviously abort. And then it depends on their abort and scenarios, I guess. 2, like, would it leave with 2, or does it want 100%, like all 33 going to be able to leave? Like the pad says no if 33 aren't going. Because there's like little throttle up sort of time delay.
So, if they're changing engines, how quickly do you think they're going to turn it around? Like, because it's probably more than just the engines, right? I mean, it looked like it lit a little bit. I get that some engines didn't actually start or light, but how quick could they turn that around? Like, we're not looking at another launch tomorrow, more likely, right? most likely.
Early next week was E's statement.
He said early next week?
He did.
Oh. Sorry.
Which,
Yeah,
if that's Elon time, then that's like 10 years, I guess. How people calculate that.
Depends if they want a static fire with 2 changed engines again.
Oh, I guess early next week could technically be like Monday. So Monday.
Or Wednesday.
What's on Wednesday?
My birthday.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
I was going to say a day off by the sounds of it.
Nope, I'll be at work, but it'll be my birthday.
So I mentioned in chat that you went there the other day that
What?
you got a new that you got a new job. I didn't mention where you got a new job, and we're still on YouTube with 50 people on YouTube.
That's probably best for now.
Yeah. It's always sunny and that's to do with energy. Yeah. I think it's a great idea using up Earth. Like that's eventually ideally all of our energy comes from up Earth, and we don't have to, because using Earth's energy is dangerous. It's dirty. It's has its problems. It's expensive. Not that up Earth's going to be cheaper for a while, but there's a lot of drawbacks to generating energy on Earth, whereas in space it's a lot better.
Isn't It's Always Sunny in Space also the name of that fellow's interview with Elon and the Starlink guy that he was talking about on the stream?
I don't know, but maybe.
Was that about sending cows to space?
No.
That's one way to create methane.
It's pretty efficient. You're just sending basically a rack with a solar panel to space. You don't need a whole building to support everything.
Yeah, so 4 Raptors didn't ignite, but they only want to remove 2.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, the 2 could be from the ones that did ignite, and the 4 have nothing to do with that. In
True.
theory.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very much possible.
Do we know which ones are being replaced?
No.
That'll be interesting too to find out. And when they replace them, are they going to do another static fire first?
Also unknown.
What's your best guess?
What's that thing called?
Static fire?
No, it's not pre-prime.
Igniter test?
No,
Proof?
no.
Spin prime?
Spin prime, that's the one. Holy moly.
But spin prime doesn't light the engines.
That's right. But the point I was making by that is they've always done that with the ship. They've done this swap an engine spin prime thing.
Yeah, but they haven't had the issue like they had with the booster.
That's
on
true.
ship.
That's true. I'm just going off of what they've done in the past when they're rushing and they want to swap an engine and they don't want to do a full static fire for reasons, even though they do the entire thing anyways, and then they just do a spin prime and then they roll it back.
When does the launch window close? Like there's several days that they have on that note tab. Do you know what the end date is?
I mean, no. Right now, I think I'd have to look it up. Maybe 7, 8 days. They usually put it out for 6, 7 days, something like that. So they can just put out new ones. That's not a big issue.
Yeah, it looks like the current one is only until the 18th.
What?
That's funny.
That can't be. Hold on. Is that true on the notice of matters?
It says FAA advisories have been modified for our next attempt tomorrow, along with a clock update on SpaceX page. It says primary 716, primary 717, backup 717, backup 718.
Can I have a
Yeah,
link
but
to that?
what about the NOTAMs though? Usually those are the longer ones for the boats.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. I'll tell you when I find
Sorry,
it.
sorry, the NOMARs. Sorry.
Yeah, dudes, get it right.
Oh no, she's picking only two.
I think
Two.
that's
Who else is
yeah. I
picking
was
on it?
gonna, yeah.
Me?
When?
Oh, I was
Did
calling
I miss
crazy.
it? No, I
Ah,
called
I see.
myself. No, I said no. Oh, yeah.
It was so hard he didn't even know.
Oh, I'm terrible to people, yeah. Happy birthday, Indy, from Yazada next week.
Thanks, yes, I appreciate it. Can wish me again next week.
They won't pull, I don't know, I don't know. So are the SpaceX are confident they can change two engines overnight? Or Elon's actually got the right time and SpaceX has Elon time now?
So, if you want to know the real answer, I'm going with they cannot close the beach, so it has to be Monday. They're out of beach closures. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
they can't do
But
Fridays, right? Especially in the
no, it's
summer.
not. That's not the issue. They've used all five because tomorrow's is already used because it was within 24 hours. So my theory is they couldn't. Now I don't know how they loosey goosey they're going to be about that because they did six technically last year, albeit they sort of didn't close it. It was within 20 whatever hours. So
Yeah, they can call it a road delay and be fine, especially since Starbase is now the city of.
they can't launch on a road delay. That's not a thing.
You never know.
It's in the paperwork. It specifically says you have to clear the beach, and the beach
Oh,
has
dudes,
closed.
gotta kill a dream, don't you?
I'm not trying to, but they kill their own. They keep doing
Just
these
teasing. I'm
nonsensical
teasing.
static fires when they don't need to be doing them. They need to be launching on the weekends so people can see it because that's when people are actually off and they're not off on a random Tuesday or Wednesday, during the week. So
Here, here, but this Wednesday they can launch.
okay.
Both transport stands are back at the launch site already. But I said, well, of course they got to do both.
But
So I
the
guess
road is
next,
open too.
okay, yeah. So I guess next we see the chopsticks grab the ship. Not the chip, not the ship, not the blip, the ship. Not the tip or the sip or the whip. So you're asking before about words that rhyme with chip.
Well, no, I was alluding to one that was more illicit, and I was making sure we didn't say that one. So
Oh, I see.
We're gonna have to sick Nightbot on you guys.
So, by the way, just so we're all in the secret mode here, NSF's Nightbot does not catch combo words, and that's one of them that doesn't catch for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
This is secret mode with 50 people on YouTube.
Yeah, that's pretty secretive.
It's good to trust your audience. Engine swap would need an igniter test at least, but I mean, once it's on the pad, I mean, don't take even a static fire. I mean, I could do a static fire possibly in the morning of the launch, even, yeah. If they're only, unless they got to do the
But then
whole sensors.
they'd lose all their water and stuff like that again.
The pond was full. I don't know. That was last. Oh, sorry, that was last launch, by the way. Let me put something current on.
The Notemar goes through the 23rd.
Haha! Some good lunch on Wednesday.
Oh, sorry. Well, sorry, the 22nd, because they do the UTC thing. The 22nd.
But that means they could still launch on Wednesday, right? Not that
No,
they will. But
because it's UTC. It's the 22nd that they'd be launching on. It just goes to the 23rd in UTC time. So.
totally fine with me. I just want to know that they can launch on Wednesday.
Oh, sorry. Yes, there's nothing stopping them from launching. What? Well, I have to check holidays, but I don't think there's anything in July that's random like
There's no
that.
holidays except for the 4th, and that happened already.
Oh, it's June. Oh no, Juneteenth is over.
Juneteenth. No, Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Is that
The
like
next
June 19th is a big thing here now.
the next one's Labor Day is the next holiday they can't close on.
is that like 11/7?
Juneteenth?
Yeah.
No, and I wouldn't phrase because of what it is the way you're phrasing things, but it's all good.
Oops. Whatever. I don't no idea what you mean there. Sorry.
No, I know you don't know what Juneteenth is. That's what I'm saying.
He's saying best to leave it
No.
alone.
Yeah.
Excuse my ignorance. You know, I'm gonna Google that in incognito mode.
Oh, wait, did he go and do a flyover then, like a proper flyover then? Or did he just do like the launch site? Not that
Part
that's
their
He's got
ass.
a lot of photos, yeah. There's the preview ones in the whatever.
Steph, your link is showing, my dear.
What?
Oh wait, this is the no, this is okay. It's the preview one.
Well, it's not
Here.
okay. That's fine.
It's
Oh,
meant
hang
for
on.
members, yeah.
Hang on. It's it is showing. What? Oh, that's right. I had to fix that. That's right. Sorry.
I wouldn't lead you astray, my friend.
I need to make a new thing. Hang on.
I did like the mouse in the center of the screen though. That was fabulous.
I had two before. Two mouses running around randomly before.
I saw them. One was blue and one was white. I messaged Ventudes because I knew you would be busy. I was like, hey, Ventudes, could you ask either Steph or Kiwi to move their mouse? But instead of mouse, it wrote nose. And he's like, what?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, now let's see what I can do with it.
And there's two emotions you get from a Ventudes. You get okay, and you get what?
The thing you were alluding to from the podcast, I think was Dan Hewitt's shirt saying it's always sunny.
He said it during the stream too. He was talking about it when he was talking about how he interviewed both Elon and the head of the Starlinks section, and they were talking about what it's going to take to create the data centers in space. So that's what the conversation was about, and he made the reference to "It's always sunny in space." That's why I asked. We can still see it, my dear.
All good. He was wearing the shirt. I didn't see like a label on the video of it claiming to be some sort of name, but yeah.
But has he released that video of him interviewing with Elon and the head of the
Are
Starlinks?
you talking about something else? Because the one I'm talking about was one that they were talking about the Terrafab, and they were showing all of that, and they're both sitting there, and that was weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, I'm talking about something else.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Because on stream, he talked about on his stream, on the SpaceX stream, he talked about how he interviewed both of them.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about, though, with the Terrafab. That's the one he was referring to.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh,
Because they used the same footage that they used in that one, and they terrafab themselves into a terrafab.
okay. I thought it was a whole different thing, like one that we were going to see, because he was talking about it as if it was upcoming. At least that's not the impression I got.
No,
Granted, I was
everything they did was old.
okay. Oh, he got
Yeah,
the
we got
port and everything. Wow.
yeah, we got Sanchez. We got a real Massey's. There's heaps at Massey's.
So then he did a whole proper flyover. Good for
Yeah,
Mauricio.
it's pretty much, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot in there. We'll see what comes out.
There's a few angles. There's a nothing overhead, but there's angles of the launch site from all around. Sanchez was a flyover, I think. This is after take. This is from the start of the flight down here now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're on the ground here. This is just after takeoff.
Are these full res? High res?
No.
Ah.
And heaps of just going around the launch site. But these aren't the best launch. These are from afar, these ones. He gets closer than this. This is still from a long way away. Oh, we got a shot from over there.
No.
Oh, geez, that power drill is... It's one big building, isn't it?
It's certainly not if it's going to be on Tab's report yet. That's my theory, though, but yeah.
If it's going to be on what, sorry?
Could be a building.
So-
Well, go on.
In order for anybody to build anything, they have to submit a report to Texas saying, "Hey, we're a business. We're going to build this thing," which they've done for just about everything else, including Star Park and the apartments and everything else. So they haven't done that yet. But the piles suggest that there's an exterior wall that's fairly significantly weighted. Now, I haven't seen any internal piles yet, so it makes me think these are just outside walls, or maybe the structure that holds up the warehouse or whatever.
You'd imagine, I'm just trying to think how they did it at Star Factory, that they would do the grid as they went, perhaps, wouldn't you?
Are there CFA piles for Star Factory?
No, because they did a floating floor basically with large beams into the concrete there.
Would it be another
No,
car
there
park?
wasn't.
I thought there was piles in the car park, and there was also piles. I thought because they did Mega Bay 1 and 2 different. I thought.
They did.
I mean, you're going to need more parking for Gigabay, aren't they?
Are you saying there's a garage?
Wow. You're going to need parking for a whole lot more people.
I was thinking like warehouse to. My original idea, I don't know, we'll see what happens, was a interim to park some ships or some R&D
Yeah.
stuff to go to Massey's, but
Or even to get on a ship.
Just another
Like a
overflow
floating
lot.
ship.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Bit far away, I suppose, for a parking bay for production shot. I suppose they put shuttles in, I guess.
Yeah. Now, if we see a breakover, then we'll know.
That never gets old. Yeah, then still some more far away shots.
You'll have to look through them. I'm looking for the hatchet because I just saw that, and I'm looking for the pipeline to see if they've started anything or set up anything.
What's the hatchet?
Okay.
Like in
That-
your reference, because I know what it is normally.
Well, I think they chose that name because the plot of land looks like a hatchet, or like if you imagine like a blade handle with a blade. But it's way down the road between the Brownsville and like between that and Massey's. It's halfway between. Don't y'all ever read my Patreon Lounge post?
I thought you're talking about. I thought you're talking about this down here where they're going to tap into the gas.
No, but that's I am waiting to see that, but it's actually further down than that shot, anyways. But yeah,
And to be fair, there's a difference between reading comprehension and retaining.
this is
Yeah.
true, but it's all good.
Yeah, please don't stop posting. We do appreciate it. I mean, some of these photos are going to be awesome. I mean, all are going to be awesome, but yeah, got some really good shots. Oh, this is post abort. All the water everywhere. See, look, the water goes all the way out there.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this image just to see a little bit more down in the trench there, but I don't believe there's anything. I don't think we're going to see anything. So
Do you think they would have told us if an engine had a like?
I think we would have seen it.
I
Honestly,
suppose, yeah. Yeah,
would have been
true.
kind of because we've seen him at McGregor, and yeah. So
It's not a subtle thing.
also, I think Dan Hoyt wouldn't have said water. He would have immediately said it's an engine issue, which I don't know why he didn't say that since that was kind of obvious anyhow. But it's all good.
I wonder
He
who
may not
told
have
him to
seen
say.
it.
He's
I
on
wonder
the
if he was
comms.
told. I wonder if he was told to say that, or whether he was made like had an educated guess that was completely wrong.
It based on my I'm gonna go re-listen. I thought they were trying to predicate something early, which was very awkward for them to do before they even did anything. It's like if this happens, then we're gonna have to scrub for the date. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I wonder if that was what they were talking about because I wasn't paying attention. But they're on comm. He's on comms, so he would hear, engine didn't light or something to the effect of engine issue or engine out or something like that. So
Well, we even knew about it live because we could see the graphics there. I mean,
right.
which is pretty amazing that we can be up. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the comms even on a different channel somewhere, like in your left ear or whatever. It'd be nice to have that comms channel. I'd love to hear that. The whole lot. I'm wondering if any of it's ITAR or anything like, well, I just don't think people want to hear it, but I'd like to hear it.
Well, they released a lot of it in the episodes.
Yeah, but they might not be able to run them live. Then we got heaps from Bill's site and lots from Sanchez. We could see a few good details in Sanchez. So everyone in YouTube, we're just repeating this for Indy here quickly. I mean, it's not a thing, Indy, don't get me wrong. A third one of those edge pieces has gone, but a corner piece has arrived.
Are you repeating this for me, you said?
Oh, well, you wanted to see what sort of photos we got? Yeah. Not
I
really, I'm not.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And there's some more deluge pipes, manifolds. Oh, that's the flame bucket manifolds, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. They match this. So I thought you meant flame deck manifolds, sorry. Flame bucket manifolds, yeah. So both of them, that's all I need.
Yeah. Just two.
So that Y piece, say in the trench that Blue Deluge did that Y intersection. So one went into there and one went into there. I remember it don't seems like yesterday we were talking about all that with the last tower. I think I need a new mouse. My left button's not starting to get a bit dicky.
Whoa.
I'm allowed to say that word, aren't I?
I wouldn't like yell it out in a crowd.
It just
Oh,
means
best
it's
not to.
broken. It just means it's playing up. It's nothing. It's a pretty innocent word.
Sure, in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then we drop the C bomb a lot too. I've really got to be careful some days.
Yeah, but when you say it, it's funny.
Because that's that's our attitude.
It's how it should be.
Damn of a thing. Yeah. Or that sort of a day. There's some good songs. I've had an absolute of a day.
What's the blue? What are the blue things by the trench?
Pipes,
What kind of pipes?
water pipes.
Ow.
So you know
Drano.
how they're running the water main along the highway?
I do.
And when the highway was poured, when the Massey's Way was poured with concrete, we saw them add a water line all the way along Massey's Way.
Yep.
They're continuing that water line along here, around here, so they can fill their water deluge farm without having to use tankers. And secondarily so they can fill these things up with water too. That'd be Cash. Cash the Kelpie. He's got 3% dingo in him, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's a pretty cool dog. He's just, being a working dog, he's got so much energy. He's boundless energy. I could run him for 10 miles a day and he'd still want to play more. That's what a Kelpie is good for. They're a really good, world's best stock dog. Australian Kelpie. Especially because they got some dingo in them. It used to be. You used to get charged for treason for owning. If Cash would be illegal to own in a big way, only about 50 years ago, because wild dogs and dingoes, you weren't allowed to breed dingoes. You weren't allowed to breed any animal with any, even a cross dingo, like even 3% dingo would make it illegal to own Cash. Through the Australian law, they've only just stopped that about 50 years ago. And for a long time, it was hidden whether Kelpies had dingo in them or not. The around the traps, everyone knew, which means just around the different crowds, people knew that Kelpies had dingo in them, but no one would admit it officially because that would make them illegal to own. But since that's not been a thing anymore, they've done a gene test at the Queensland University, genetic test, and they found 3% dingo in the main 5 different strains of strains of Australian Kelpie, which is pretty cool. So yeah, they're putting water in further to use. Yeah, that's Kelpies. Kelpies are cool. They're a cool dog. Very, very, very smart. And instinct. Cash has had not much training at all, and I put him around the cattle and the sheep. And once I get him to recall, I just get him to come back to me by saying, "Come," so he comes to me. And once I train him, I just train him with that with a bit of food and a long rope. And I'd say, ask him to come to me, and I'd stand on the long rope, and that'd it's just like he's come to the end of his lead when he's they're tied up. So nothing violent and nothing nothing painful. And he learnt that within a day. He wouldn't come to me properly. Within 10 minutes of doing that, he'd come to me. He still comes to me every time I call him to me. So they're very smart, very quick to learn. And now I can make him come to me. I let him go on the cattle and the sheep, and he naturally does the right thing, which is really cool.
Has it been raining at Starbase?
No, that's the water. Oh, maybe since, but that's the water deluge.
No, that part I knew. I was just curious because I know it's raining in parts of Texas, so I wasn't sure.
The rain didn't quite make it down to Starbase. Actually, I should check the weather there and see what we're doing. Monday?
Check for Wednesday. Just kidding.
Well, that doesn't sound real good, old Paul. Hope that all chills out for you. Okay, I think we're done. Are we done for today?
Yeah, y'all have been streaming for a while.
Yeah, that'll do.
Sweet as.
Sorry. So
Kiwi.
thank you people first. Thanks YouTube and the donations, man. And Indy, well, you've really done yourself as well, but there was a couple others in there as well, like Inverted Hydrogen and quite a few people in there. Some pretty big donations. Totally appreciate it. It goes, as you know, it goes into the pool for the keep the plane in the sky and equipment up to date and all those sort of fun things. So thank you very much. Thanks, Event Dudes, for co-hosting. I enjoy co-hosting with you. You're good fun. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hopefully we can do this pretty soon, and then maybe we can get some KSC action going and get all the action going.
Can't wait. Yep. And yeah, Kiwi was on the production side of things today, so thanks for pushing the buttons and turning the knobs.
That's right. Thank
Super
you.
thanks to Kiwi because he came in a pinch. Thank you, Kiwi.
Thank you. That's all right. Happy to help.
Yeah, it's like 3 different plans didn't come together. so Kiwi was like, yeah, no worries, of course. So good on you. And thanks to, well, most of the Discord people are left, but yeah, thanks Discord people. Your support's welcome, most welcome too. So I've been Stephanie B. How's it go? Chopstick rails and all that.